I mean, yeah, but I mean, you're not
You
really a dwarf, are you?
you
My clothes are
mean
so
you
round,
mean
I can
rat people, right?
Fuck you.
Skaven.
See, they don't even exist in this setting, you dumb son of a bitch.
Well, yeah, they're called dwarfs here.
Fuck you. That's better. Okay. Ready?
Persons of excessive gunpowder. Go.
Max is making
Lol.
fried chicken, and so the smoke alarm's going off.
Well, that's interesting. More interesting, however, is the fact that this group has somehow managed to wrangle the aid of the Carta, or what you hope is the Carta. It's not just some, random lyrium smuggling dwarf, because in that case you have far less help than you hoped. Last session, you essentially cased the joint. You went to Rook Van Roe's estate, climbed on her roof, and started poking about. A number of major discoveries was there doesn't seem to be any direct way to reach this roof, which is strange, but as far as you can tell, there's just no hidden floorboards or anything. This is a solid roof. Two, apparently fucking Sarah Boss is just really good at climbing and can strong enough just kind of hang a dwarf over the side of a building and just check their windows, what they have. And thereby, more or less, checked out the entirety of the second floor. It is barren in some places, but there are still a few rooms of note. Some could contain things of interest. Obviously, there's the great golden fucking organ? Yeah, pipe organ. But that's still on the table of debating whether or not it's even possible. Needing supplies, specifically the explosive kind, for your incredibly shitty plan of blowing up the sewers. Why? Just why? But fine. You want to do this, and it is doable. You went to get some, well, the only explosive substance of any real worth is lyrium-based, so you need lyrium. Not much, but some, and being an illegal substance for anyone who's not a mage, and even then it's technically illegal. It took a little bit of doing, but you did manage to finally track down the smugglers, and thereby the smugglers of lyrium, and convince one to invest in your little operation in exchange for the life of one nobleman who had apparently offended him in some minor fashion. And you
will
were
now
still
be
in the midst of
unoffended in a
debating
very
whether or not
major
that's
fashion.
worth it. I.e., is a single life of a pompous nobleman worth your explosive stuff and the investment of the Carta in this little rob someone's house endeavor. When last we left, you had already left her estate and had returned to whatever dank hole in the wall you wanted to meet at. Which I was going to...
We were not in a dank hole in the wall.
Well, I mean,
We're meeting
Lear's
at Valeria's dank
homestead,
hole in the homestead.
the Squid Ward. I mean, they're both dank holes in the wall.
Valeria's house is a dank hole in the wall.
I mean, how much are you paying for that thing?
Well, I don't think she'd let it be dank.
Well, then I hope you enjoy paying quite a lot of money each month.
I don't think any of us, except for Lassen, are actually living in a hole in the wall.
Well, here's the thing. You live by a river.
Yeah, I live in a van down by the river.
There you go. I know, but it depends on how much you're paying a month, which I will be bringing up probably after... That depends on how long it takes, to be honest. Moving on. It will be get brought up, though, don't worry. And yes, I have notes. Relation lives in a cupboard. You're paying maybe 5 copper a fucking year. You're good. Everyone else, though, has a house.
That's weird. When I read that book, it was an Indian living in the cupboard.
Yeah, me too. Turns out it's an elf. A very, very white elf.
That's one dank meme, bro.
I don't know.
Oh, God.
Actually, yeah, I've checked that. Dank used to just mean, damp, so... Life. Oh, well. Dank and dripping. Anyway, where was I?
Dank memes?
Oh, yes. You idiots were collected in Valera's house, apparently, and are terribly close to the day of the party. You have, I believe, one last day of free, do whatever before the party day.
Well, we have to go back to our smuggling contact and get our lyrium.
And say, yes, we will murder this person for you because, okay.
That would be a commitment, one you would be deeply inclined to actually commit to.
Well,
You do not want to piss off the Carta.
In this dark fantasy setting, I see no problem with murdering a random fop.
Does that have implications?
It's not like that's out of line with a mission you'd get in the actual game, so I have no problem with it.
This is true.
I could not remember if Valeria had gotten the chance to respond to the fact that would be the arrangement we're getting into.
I remember she responded. I don't know if she ever said she was okay with it.
I mean, it's on the table. You're openly discussing this. And those opposed, raise your hands.
I think that she asked enough that it basically was, do we know who it is? Everyone said no because they won't tell us.
Yeah, I remember
and
that
then she acknowledged the fact that she wouldn't be able to help one way or the other, regardless of what happens.
Just because of what our
Yeah,
roles are
killing
in
in
the
public is different than, oh, look, that noble lady there just stabbed him.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was very clear that you don't have to walk up and stab him. He will not have to watch you stab him. He just needs to have a corpse in a public place that says, "Oh, he was clearly murdered."
Well, our plan was to sit him on the explosive sewer before I blow it up. So
If that fails, I'm sure he'll stick around at least for a little bit because, oh god, spectacle.
Yeah,
And then
I
the
mean,
crossbow bolt can go in his head.
Okay. So with that in mind, yes, we need to get our lyrium. And we also need to whoever's coming with me to go get the lyrium, we also need to swing by the main market sometime during the day.
I'll go with you. It's just you're going to need a way to detonate your little chunk of lyrium for the inside. I got mine. I got the main chunk covered because fire powers. But yeah.
My little chunk of.
Remember, you're going to blow up the toilet.
Yeah, that's what you're blowing up.
No, I'm blowing up the system from the outside. You were going to drop a cherry bomb in the toilet, remember?
These toilets will be straight drops down. That the whole point of this was to set off a bomb in the sewers that completely ruins the plumbing of this house. And now we just need to time it to not merely put everyone into a panic at the right time, but also make sure he's sitting on one of them when it goes off.
Okay. In that case, we need a
way to.
Yeah, if you recall, the sewer system I found goes under the house, but doesn't seem to interact with the toilets in it.
Hmm.
Then again, it was dark down there. Maybe I just couldn't see the toilet.
Lyrium doesn't happen to glow or anything, does it?
Lol.
Yeah, it glows blue.
Lyrium, pure lyrium, when reduced to a liquid form, glows a gentle blue, enough to be equivalent to a candle.
Okay. What form do we have it in?
Presuming you're going to get to the smuggler and go
I
get
assume
it.
we're gonna get a chunk of it, like a raw
lyrium? That's dangerous.
Handling
doable.
raw lyrium will make you go nuts.
Literally go insane. Do not touch that. If you're gonna have raw lyrium, you
Dwarves
need to in
can
a
kind
box.
of do it, but
Not really. They're just safer getting closer, let's say. Basically, you're going to get
say they could touch it for maybe a second without going crazy if they then got away from it as fast as possible.
wash their hands.
We're probably gonna get the kind that's been refined into an explosive. So
Well, if you're asking for explosive lyrium, that's a combination of liquid and raw. It's a weird process. It's basically just alchemy fiddly-foodly. You're getting a box that is labeled "Do Not Drop," okay?
Gotcha.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like I said, the stuff is very volatile, so...
Like, really, like, it says "Do Not Drop." They took the time to write that.
And
So,
you'll take the
you
time
are
to throw
going
it
to go
down the
grab it, then.
stairs.
So you did take the minute to go grab the explosives, then? Or are you just merely discussing that still?
Planning on it. But...
Yeah,
Okay,
Um,
well, planning on it, it will be in some sort of box.
Okay. About how big?
He's not going to give you one bigger than, say... Not even really a foot, like a half foot, really.
when we were discussing it before, it would be like a chunk the size of an apple, so...
Yeah, so like the box would be like a 6-inch box.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm starting to dislike this plan more and more.
You're trying to blow up the sewer. Yeah, this plan was never...
As it stands, I'm stuck here. It's like being at home.
Ha ha ha. Stuck in the kitchen.
Get it? You're stuck in the kitchen because of boobies.
Whatever you're gonna do, do it. I can't be seen until the event.
Yep.
Very well.
And I'm going to be focused on getting in on the top floor and stealing everything I can anyway, so...
You want me to roll you to the top, or...
I missed part of that.
Do you want me to throw you up onto the roof? Or how do you want to handle that? Can you get up there by yourself?
Probably, but there's going to be a lot more guards.
A lot more eyes walking about the place.
Considerably more, yes.
Okay, we also need to have some sort of signal for when I blow the thing, because I don't think syncing up our watches is going to work.
Ha. Also, side note, it's not just the guards you have to worry about. They will not be the only eyes. You're not sure exactly how many people are attending this party, but every person that does is another pair of eyes. Admittedly not hired gun eyes, but you get my point. They can set up the alarm
I'm
system.
sorry, I need to run off unexpectedly for a few minutes. I'll be back.
Okay.
Lol. You are not Batman in this reality. Sit the fuck back down.
I think he meant that out of character.
Yeah, he meant that seriously, I think.
Ew. Regardless,
Okay. We should we should go. When you say we have a day left,
you have
what time is
24 hours, and then
okay,
another... Will that be like 12-ish?
until the evening of the day.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So we have today and tomorrow morning, afternoon.
Mm.
Okay.
I believe I actually wrote down... She has an invitation. Should tell you exactly what time it starts. Double checking.
Yep, it was 6 till 9.
PM. Yep, 6 till 9.
All right. Today, I should go past. I should go through I should go to the market because there's something that I need to grab to make this plan work. And this night, I should go to the. We should go and get our lyrium, so as not to be walking about in broad daylight with it.
Probably for the best. You can bring a friend to you with the market.
Sarabas said he'd come with.
Yes, but you
Jolly
need to bring
good.
a friend.
Lol.
I phrased I phrased it the way I did.
Mugren, Valeria, are you going anywhere? Valeria, you're not. Okay, well, I guess you get to live with that, Valeria. Have fun with that.
Yeah, if he's snoring like that, there's gonna be water thrown at him.
He's a dwarf.
Port.
They all snore like that.
Poured
Oh.
it on him.
Alright, Rinlishin. What is your purpose at the market? It's bustling at this time.
What is your quest?
Let's
I am looking for an apothecary or an herbologist or old wives' tale cures.
very well. What is it? Communications. It's like something searching. It's
I
Oh
have
darn!
no
I forgot
focuses
there.
under communication, so
Yeah, so
Damn.
it would just be a communication role, I believe. All right. Well, after just kind of talking and looking and reading some postage, so some signs basically, you get the rough idea that there's 4 or 5 major like herbologists slash apothecaries slash people who have herb, which may or may not
Herb.
involve like pipeweed and such. So it's a little in the air.
any old apothecary. The item I'm looking for will be very common.
Alright, you stride up to what it looks like a professional apothecary who seems to be dealing in, proper apothecary things, you'd presume. There's a lot of potions and vials and things. He has less of a stand and more of a stand outside of a proper, actual, full-on shop.
Okay.
The stand seems to mostly be examples, where the shop is like where he does like major business. He is there, though, and he smiles at you through a... Honestly, you're not sure how he gets anything done level of beard. Like, how does he mix the potion without the beard getting a problem? But there it is, so, there he is.
Clearly, he uses it to strain things.
Or something, because... Damn. Gandalf.
Hello.
Oof. Alright. What does your master want?
I'm in need of a rapid acting cure for being bunged up.
Hold on. Shuffles around and comes up with a potion, or at least a vial of liquid that glows orange. That'll do. That'll do just fine.
I'm afraid that I have a small complication that I may need that I may need you to help me work around. It is for my master's younger boy who would refuse any medicine that looks like medicine. Perhaps something that we could sneak into his water.
You don't like glowing? You don't like orange water? I mean, I get something. He's a boy. I mean, I guess if I give you that, he'll literally shit himself to death. Can't do that. He starts, like, sort of chewing at the end of his beard and like shuffles back into his like collections, and actually goes into the main shop itself. And you hear him kind of rummaging about.
You know, out of character, if we could get the guy to shit himself to death in the middle of the party, I might just cover all our bases.
I don't know if they'd consider that murder, though. I mean, maybe. I mean, if it's obviously murder.
If he ran out of the bathroom and just died.
I mean, I guess. Well, I said it'd kill him because he was a boy. He'd have to like give him a quadruple dose to actually kill a person, I guess.
Perfect.
But people will remember it.
They certainly would that. The noble who ran out of the bathroom and fell over dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely be remembered by all of Ferelden and possibly Olays, depending on how far that story goes. Alright, so the
guarantee
man
it'd be
does
told.
return. It takes him a good 5 minutes, but he comes out with what looks more like orange juice in a vial. It doesn't glow, it's just kind of orangish. There, that'll do. Only give him a quarter vials worth, I'd say. Depends on how old the boy is, to be fair. And
I should
fat.
hope that would work.
As long as he likes orange juice. Alright, you're paying for that. It was a pain in the ass, by the way. He basically takes out some measuring tools and takes a moment.
And that's where you
15
just book
silvers.
15 silvers, you say?
Yes.
All right. Please count that out of the party equipment. I've only got 8 on me.
Fair enough. Out of the party funds.
Thank you very much. I am sure this will help him be free once more.
You're an odd one. Get him Go on, get. I mean, you did kind of ask for what is essentially medicine. I mean, it's not going to be that expensive in this place.
Oh yes, well aware. And now, while still in the market, I would like to try and find some kind of wine or spirit that is also orange.
That's going to take a minute or 3, so another
And
communication
also probably
roll.
more expensive.
Yeah.
Just anything worth trying, because, we may not be able to, hide the orange tone of this in red wine or something. I just need to make sure that we're covering our bases and that the plan isn't going to go wrong immediately at the door.
But
What you need to also do, you need to give him a diuretic and an anti-diarrhea medicine at the same time, just to fuck with him.
were you not here to hear about the part where he shit himself to death?
Oh, I did. All you do is give him both medicines just to fuck with him.
So, communication roll, please, and then I'll determine how long it takes. After an hour of what feels like fruitless searching, you finally find a wine merchant who claims to have or at least alcoholic beverage that is distilled from oranges or involves oranges in some fashion. And after a bit of talking and getting a sample, it's more some kind of beer, lager. You're not super into alcohol to really tell that it is. It's definitely not a wine, but it's alcoholic. Definitely an orange sheen to it, let's call. No, fuck you, I pronounce it how I want. Point is, alcoholic beverage, definitely an orange sheen to it. Not strong, but like a sort of a dark brown orange. And tastes, like alcohol. Again, you don't experience it often enough to give a fuck.
That is okay. This plan does not rely on it being palatable at all.
Fair enough. He is asking, however, 150 silvers for the bottle.
That's
Claiming that it is the only bottle in Ferelden as of this moment.
We do not have enough for that period.
So, how secure does this place look?
The man is holding a gun. No. Well, you can always haggle the man. I'm not saying that's impossible.
That would be communication.
Yes, it would, if you're not focused on it.
Well, I suppose I could always just offer this guy any old drink, something for his consideration, and well, he'll taste it. Find it tastes mostly like terrible medicine, and curse my name, and well, that'll be it. But
Well, if he's going to taste it, you got to make sure he drinks the whole thing.
If he just sups it like a tiny slurp, that does not guarantee anything. Especially if he takes a taste of it, then immediately spits it out in defense. I mean, they are fobs; they will do that.
Right.
Well, we needed some antifreeze.
Well, you can start haggling with this man to try and get his price down, or fuck off and steal it from him or something. Which good luck on.
Why don't we just get any drink that's incredibly sweet and mix it in?
Because then it'll be an incredibly sweet orange drink, and he might have questions.
Yeah, tell him it's a delicacy from your homeland.
Believe that from an elf, he will not. Believe that from Valyria, he will not. Believe that from you, even then.
How much does he know about elves?
Everyone knows elves don't have a homeland. Everyone.
They
Everywhere.
used to, and then it went kaboom.
Because they launched their entire armies on it and stomped on it till it was gone.
Well, obviously I meant Antiva.
Well,
Even then, they wouldn't believe it.
I will thank this merchant for his time and let him know that my buyers will be in touch if they find that deal acceptable.
He nods and shoos you away.
And simply try to find something that is the same color as this, no matter what manner of drink it is.
You find a whole lot of orange juice. Like, within the matter of minutes, there's more orange juice. There you go.
Where the hell do they get oranges from?
Funnily enough, they get them shipped, where was it? From the Tevinter Empire. Basically north of here across a short sea. Which they get it on the far northwest of their coast, and from a couple islands in that direction.
Okay,
I
so
shall get some orange juice and an extra empty bottle if I could.
Fair enough. Let's
what you
see.
do is you get the orange juice, an empty bottle, and some sort of supposedly flavorless liquor like vodka, and mix it all up.
That's going to take you all of 3 silvers.
Alrighty. I'll count that off my own here.
Alright, you count it off your own personal funds. You now have orange juice in a wine bottle.
Perfect. I'll head back to the homestead, and this evening we'll go get our lyrium.
Assuming no one has anything else they'd like to do. Dwarf doesn't.
God,
Valyria.
shut up!
You return home to Valyria, just beating on Mogren with like the nearest plate, and he just doesn't seem to notice.
His beard eats it.
She is now down a plate. Valyria, you're not entirely confined to the homestead. You're simply confined to the places they would expect you to be. So, while you cannot go to the layaway, tavern, alienage, or poor districts, you could theoretically go to the market, the noble district, and the middling district without too much fuss, assuming you're there with your entourage, which is to say Rinlishin.
But the problem is right now she has no... I mean, she could go there for a walk, but I don't have any
I'm
actual
saying,
reason.
as a character, you're not locked in your room. It's like, your character might feel antsy
what
as
I
all.
more meant was that she can't be seen doing any of these events.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, she's not literally just sitting there doing nothing. It's just she's not doing anything plot important to what's going on.
She might be doing shopping in the main market, like useless foppish shopping, but just like eye shopping.
Yeah, probably. But at the same
Okay,
time,
you
she
know
How
that,
much fops love to eat human eyes?
Yes. Well, no, fish eyes, caviar, delicious. Anyway,
Caviar is fish eggs, not fish eyes.
no, it's fish eyes now. Hush you. No, something else. It's fish eyes that people eat. Anyway, right. So obviously, you have nothing else planned. So night does fall loudly, kind of tumbles down the stairs out of care in the world, and I'm presuming at least most of you want to go meet the smuggler in question.
Mogren doesn't care. You met one card member, you met them all.
this is where
Okay.
Valeria kicks him out of the house and says, "You're going." Changes the locks while they're gone.
Well, all right. So you arrive where they last were, and you hope the note he have you know. Oh, sorry. You're hoping that A, they're in the same spot as last time, and B, the small slip of note he gave you that just kind of has a random letter in Dwarvish scribbled on it, lets you see the man, and after a little bit of searching, night gets quite a bit deeper by the time you truly find what you think is the right space and the right kind of shifty people. There's a lot of shifty people around here, so it's like the certain kind. You do eventually get shuffled into the man's office, for lack of a little term, and he simply looks at you. white, whitish, salt and pepper is probably the best term for it, or graying brows clashing together as he stares at you a lot. You gonna do it or not?
Gonna do it.
He simply returns, very carefully lifts a 6-inch or so box, plants it on the table, and goes, "Here, fuck off." Alright, you are gonna wanna, check the bottom of the box when you're ready. Otherwise, get out of here. Go on, fuck off.
For the identities involved? Thank you. We hope it will be good doing business with you.
That depends.
I look at Sarabas, look at Mogren, and hand
Mogren's
Mogren
not here. Even if Valeria kicked him out, he'd just be sitting outside the door.
Okay, he's back there. I will take the box.
You know I'm going to have to hold the box at some point, right?
Yes.
That reminds me, we need to make my barrel shield.
Your what?
Well, he's going to be down near the explosion. He would like something between him and the boom. Regardless, you now have it, and he seems to be looking at you as expecting you to fuck off out of his little office now.
We probably should.
We do so, as expected.
Alright, at what point do you want to look at whatever's at the bottom of the box?
After we are safely indoors, let's go to the
Squidward?
I was about to say that, but
I mean, no one would care if it was exploded. Not even the owner, let's be real. The owner would say something along the lines of, "I'm free!" and then go drown himself.
Wow.
It's a really shitty establishment, okay?
yeah. Actually, yes, we will go back to Valeria's homestead, but we shall make sure to use a back or servant's entrance.
Actually,
If
after
we have
drop
not
this
been
off,
in previously.
after we drop this off, I want to go back to the sewer and look around in there better.
That's fair. Search. However, I need a stealth check from both of you as you're taking the back ways with your box.
Box.
I forget what kind of thing stealth is.
That
Dexterity.
Is
correct. Totals, please.
+2 on mine.
Wow, you're both one away from getting away. You do an okay job of not tripping over everything in your way, but being careful with the box means you can't really just go ham on the back alleys and the squeezing through tight corridors. And a patrol of guards do see you, and specifically they see an elf and a foreigner with no obvious human mass nearby carrying a box in the middle of the night. They point at you and shout and say, "Halt!" There's around 4 of them. They have spears, and one is pointed and screamed "halt" at you too.
Where are we when this happens?
You're currently on the main one of the main roads, but you're literally just about to duck into an alleyway and then go from there to a different road. Blah blah blah. In terms of position, you're literally there, literally about to just go whoop.
Okay.
How about I pick you up and climb the roof?
I mean, it's always an option, but the guard will finger quotes pursue.
About 4 guards.
About 4, they got spears.
Main thoroughfares.
Let's throw a bomb at them.
That would kill them, yes. Might kill you too, depends.
We definitely wouldn't have it anymore.
This box I'm holding, is it lidded or nailed shut or what?
Nails, looks like. They don't want you opening this. They said you shouldn't be opening this. You should honestly be carrying that close to your body.
Granted, I just want to make sure it's not that easy for the guards to open and search.
Not without bashing it open, no.
Okay.
Which they
Just
probably
let
will.
them bash it open.
If they bash it, this thing's going up, and then you're all dead. Let's put it this way. It is volatile enough that if you were to headbutt it in frustration at someone's stupid action, there's a 50-50 chance it explodes.
Gotcha.
We're talking nitroglycerin levels of bullshit here. It's just like, do not shake under any circumstance.
Why can't I read this label? Shaking furiously.
See?
And you said they literally have do not drop written on the outside? Any other distinguishing markings?
It's just in red, rough paint. It says do not drop. It's really all there is, besides the note on the bottom of it. Which is more or less just not really nailed so much as stuck there, but is there.
You mean on the underside, not inside at the bottom?
Literally on the underside of this thing is the paper describing the person you're supposed to kill.
Oh, okay. If I'd known that, I would have removed it and tucked it into a pocket first thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry that was not clear.
I thought he meant inside it at the bottom.
No. God, no. Yes, it's inside the deadly nuclear explosive.
Okay.
You must get radiated to read it.
All right. So that's in a pocket, confirmed?
You don't want
Confirmed,
read
it's in your pocket. If you did not want to leave it on the bottom of the box, it's in your pocket.
Okay. Yeah, if that fell off while we were walking back, we would be so buggered, but... Alright, so, as you said, a couple guards notice us, say, "Hi,
Halt.
you, halt."
Because again, to them, they see foreigner and elf, no human doing anything, and they're carrying a box. That's immediately suspicious.
Everything is suspicious.
Before turning to see to acknowledge the guards, I whisper over to Cerebus, "Keep going. We don't know each other." And I stop and hope Cerebus keeps going.
Do you?
I keep going. I don't know him.
Okay, well, Cerebus, do you, just turn casually and walk down the alley? Do you just keep going, or do you run, or...
I just keep walking casually.
Towards them or away from them?
The same direction I was going.
So, more or less towards them?
Yeah, sure, just
The guards spend a confused second just kind of baffled before apparently deciding the elf is the bigger issue and kind of rushing past you, Cerebus. There-ish. Rinlishan, you're quickly surrounded by guards who demand you, stop, where's your master, why are you carrying a box, what are you doing at this hour, you belong in the alienage. And it's just kind of a lot of noise.
Sirs, please, I'm simply delivering some glassware.
At this hour, unattended?
Well,
And you're trusted to handle something so delicate, ha!
As you can see, it's unbroken.
We will escort you to the alienage now. Whatever you've stolen will be returned.
My mistress does not live in the alienage.
No, but you do. That would be a good time to try diplomacy or communication or some sort of role to not be hauled off to the alienage and accused of stealing whatever this box is. Okay.
Communication?
Yes.
+0.
All right. I'm going to presume you produce some vague evidence you work for Valyria, so let me just think on that one. You're close, naturally. You basically would gesture at yourself and go, do I look like I'm dressed like one of those? And they sort of grumblingly agree that, yes, you're not dressed like a hobo. Could have stole that, too. Put it on as fast? It'd be muckier than he is. He's too clean. Almost too clean. Cerebus, I'm assuming you're going to keep going back, unless you want to, try and, eavesdrop.
I'm gonna turn around a corner and try to eavesdrop you.
Alright, all I need is a stealth check then. At least it comes into Dax, because well, you might be trained in it, I don't know.
I am not trained in it.
Okay, total then?
2.
12 then. Alright, you basically just walk down an alley, lean against the wall, and just listen. And so far, they've not got you. So yes, you're aware of what's going on with Rinlishan.
Well, yeah, if things go too bad, I'm gonna run back and start bashing faces, so...
That is the presumption, yes. Right. So, Rinlushin, the guards are trying to debate exactly what to do with you. Some of them believe they should drag you to the alien still. You'd say one of them still is stubborn on that. Two of them believe they should just take you with them to the guard post. And one is kind of just bored with this and wants to move on with his patrol. So, that's the situation right now. The one in the alien age would be equally happy throwing you in the river, but, you know.
Racism.
Presumably, yes.
Please, it's just some simple glassware. I would like to get it back to my mistress. You know, before the evening hours are too late.
The one who's one of the ones who wants to drag you to the guard post goes, fine, here's what we'll do. We'll check on it, and if it's glassware, he's telling the truth, and we'll let him go. Sound fair to you? There's some grumbling, and he starts to reach for your fucking package.
It is very delicate, sir. I'm afraid it is sealed.
So then unseal it.
I have no crowbar.
Well, hold on. I got a knife here.
Let him touch the lyrium.
Oh, God.
All right, hand
So
the box
later
here. I'll
in-
wedge her open.
Sorry,
In breaking news today, Denerim has been destroyed by a massive explosion.
Okay, it's not that big.
No.
You'll take out this
Turns
house,
out all the
maybe.
guards are carrying lyrium themselves. They're actually paladins in disguise.
Oh, they're not Templars. Throws a brick at you.
Yes, Templars. Paladins,
What's a
the same
Templar?
fucking thing.
They're not.
What's a Templar?
A paladin.
Hush, you two. Rinlushin, he has a knife.
Yeah,
like,
I
and
heard you.
He wants the marks.
I don't give it to him, but I hold it so that he can clearly see it. You can see it is quite securely nailed around the perimeter. I wouldn't want to break your
I
knife.
grew up on a farm. I've opened worse than this with a less sharp knife. Take me a minute, maybe two. Come on, give it here.
Okay, that's where I'm going to step in. I'm just going to throw a flame blast into the alley and then run away to distract them.
How big is a flame blast precisely?
A few yards. Let me take a look.
Yeah,
I
I did
assume
an
he's
exact
throwing
measurement.
it to miss the lyrium.
I'm hoping he's trying to miss
No,
delirium. Yes.
No, I'm leaning against an alley here. I'm going to throw it this.
Oh, you're just
just trying
throwing
to make
fire
it-
in the middle
Yeah,
of
I'm
the.
gonna throw fire to distract the guards
Still
and make
need
them
it
run
more
this
or
way
less.
and run the fuck away.
I still need like a kind of area that it would hit because the walkway is only so big, and you might catch
Yeah,
a
I'm
house, and
looking
you
at
might
it.
start a fire, and so on and so on.
I'm looking at the exact distance. Just a second.
Didn't Herrick say not to light anything else on fire?
He did.
Yeah, well, fuck
To be
him.
to be fair, who he was talking to, it's a lost cause.
Why do I have
True.
fire magic if I'm never going to use it? Okay, so just 1 second. So 3 MP costs 12. 8 yards long, 2 yards wide.
All right, let me just look at the thing. You might scorch the side of some buildings. I don't think you actually start a fire. However, you definitely get noticed. The guards immediately turn and go, "Fire! Hold
Just a
on!"
second. I need to make the target number,
Okay. Oh, you might.
which I do not. So I'm going to try again. Fuck off.
The magic won't come.
There.
It literally takes you like a good minute of going fire, fire, burnination, and doing poses to just try to make it come out. Or eventually you manage to spark up. By that point, the guards have kind of noticed someone making grunting and annoyed sounds before fire happens. They scream and run for it.
And
Not
now
even
I'm
that-
going to
no, I
find a
don't mean,
building
like-
and run the fuck away.
No, they literally scream fire and run away.
Wow, they suck.
Hey,
They
they
kinda
accomplished
do.
the thing.
I'm assuming Renlishan assumes it's you and doesn't run for it.
Whether it is him or not, I am not going to run in the direction of the fire.
Well, good news is the fire does quickly peter out. I did roll to see, and it does not spread
Come on.
or anything nasty. There is now a
Yep.
big fucking scorch mark on this part of the walkway, though.
Yeah, let's get moving.
And some panicked guards who are probably raising the alarm.
Yep. Let us be away from here.
Yep. Okay, Okay, I just need another stealth check from both of you to see if you take the correct path or you get in the path that I think you're taking. So go on. And Rin Lashan, due to having to go much slower and more carefully, ends up making a mistake. So basically, Cerebos takes a really tight alleyway with a lot of sharp turns, and Rin Lashan's like, no way I'm getting that with the box. And has to take the main road for a bit. Runs right into the guards who are responding to the screaming. There's maybe, I don't know, 30 of them. Some of them have buckets. And they see you. And scream, halt. So at this point, Cerebus, you're within shouting distance of each other. We don't actually see each other.
I see the bunch of guards coming this way, many of them carrying buckets.
I shout, I see the mage. He ran northward.
They start babbling, mage. And a couple of them draw, weaponry. It takes a second for the commander to, get them back in formation. Do you try and dip out while they're basically panicked, Rinlishan?
Mage.
Mine? Kinda, yeah.
I simply try to stay out of their way, standing well clear so that they can pass by.
It takes the commander a minute or two to get them under control enough to keep going past.
Then I carry on casually as though it's none of my business.
With the cry of mage, apparently you as an interest have been dropped, because by the time they get themselves organized enough to even protest your leaving, you've already left.
Elves can't be mages.
Well, you do hear them marching north, and there's a lot of grumblings of getting the Templars involved now. Hey, Cerebus, they might involve a Templar who's going to research your exact magical signature and try and hunt your ass down and put it on a pike. Have fun with that.
Just his ass, though.
No other part, just the butt. Just the butt. Putting heads on pikes only works so long, Gotta put some noob spits on pikes. So you get to Valera's through the... You presume it was probably a servant's entrance, but it's not really used as such. Valera, you nearly have a heart attack when you see them come in, because you're expecting the front door, likely enough. So they return smelling of hearth fire, sweat, panic, and dog. So again, everything smells like dog around here.
Yeah, it's just for Eldon.
Yeah, it's just for Eldon for you.
The whole country's brown, too.
Mm.
I assume something happened. What?
Just some guards stopped us on their way.
Nobody's hurt. Nobody's hurt.
But you didn't light them on fire, did you?
Is there a nice cold wine cellar where I could put this? Still gingerly carrying the box.
Wine cellar. Alright, Valera. How much do you want to pay in silvers for this house? Because if you have a wine cellar, we're going to have some questions.
Yeah, I don't really think she has a wine cellar.
I didn't think so.
Anywhere well away from the fires of a kitchen or a hearth or yeah. Please.
Again, Valera, it's up to you. I was presuming it's a 3-room deal, which is to say, living space with the hearth, kitchen with with its stove, and sleeping room.
And also don't put it near Garazin, because not Garazin. Why am I thinking Garazin? Damn it!
Because explosives.
Yes, I am thinking that is why. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put it near Mogrim because its snoring will make it blow up.
Funny. So, my question to Valera is, do you have more than just the sleeping room, the living room, and the kitchen?
I don't really think so.
Alright then, so the sleeping room is the only one that doesn't have an active fire in it.
So you can put out the fire in the living room.
This is true. Then it'll be cold.
What season is it again?
The very last tail end of summer or the very earliest part of fall.
I think we can just wear blankets.
I said it'd be cold. I didn't say it would be unassailably cold.
I mean, isn't the party the next day?
Yes.
No, we have another day, don't we?
No, this was the
it is
free
now
day.
the evening. This is the last night before the party.
Yeah, the party itself is at 6, however, so you have most of the day to fuck around on.
Sorry, what? What happened to an entire day?
That
was
that was today.
You just did it. There wasn't a lot to do.
I would like to go back and scope out that sewer a little more to know where the best place to plant the bomb is, though.
Does anyone want to go with him, or just trust Cerebus to go nuke something on his own?
I think Rinlassen might be good. He knows more about sewer systems than me.
Fair enough.
I cannot be seen anywhere near your scent.
This is true.
That's the noble district. If I'm seen there beforehand without my lady, that'll be trouble.
You are either thrown in the alienage or you are dead.
So what kind of place should I be looking for to plant the bomb, then?
Well, you know approximately where. Because we were there before.
Yeah, I don't see any toilets or anything, though.
Also true.
Well, you could always have Mogren break in and drop something down the toilet.
Also true.
Does lyrium work with a fuse?
Sort of.
No,
Which is
that's
to
why
say...
I'm going to blow it up the old-fashioned way.
Well, here's the
Throwing a
thing.
fireball at it.
Lyrium is incredibly volatile. By that I mean the best way to set it off is usually through physical force. Using a fuse to light a fire will set it off. Enough heat will cause it to basically catalyst and boom. But that's basically you'd light the fuse would go off, and then the box would burn, and that would take a bit. You'd be better off lighting the fuse, having, I don't know, once the rope is burned, something heavy falls on it, and then it'll hit it. That'll set it off. Is probably the best way to do it quickly once the fuse is done.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, we're talking fuse has to burn, and then the box has to burn.
I was just gonna blow it up with a fireball.
Fireball works because
I know.
fire plus force equals
I was just trying to think of other ways to do that.
The only problem is I have to be within. Well, actually, yeah. If something falling on it will set it off, I can just find a place under the toilet and we can drop something in on it.
And that's when someone poops, and there you go.
Just
Yeah,
drop this lead ball on it.
The person. Well, no. The trick is that the person currently over that tube is going to be our target.
Okay, so I'll have to do it the way I was planning to. So I'm going to find some barrels sitting around and bash them apart so I can make a barrel shield.
Well, you just need their lids, but yeah.
roll stealth. You now have yourself a barrel shield, which to say it's a barrel lid that's big enough to be useful for your purposes.
And I'm going to go back to my own homestead instead of Valeria's in order to not raise suspicion.
Fair enough.
The dwarf lives here now. What do you got
You're
against
at least-
dwarves?
You're at least going to start splitting rent.
Eh.
No, he's not. He's a dwarf.
Wow.
We all know
All right,
dwarves are mooches.
Wow, fuck you. Where was I? If that's all you're going to do tonight, then I can make it morning with the power of magic.
Grayskull?
That's magical enough. Also doesn't make you really buff and naked.
He's already really buff before he uses the power. I'm not really sure what it does for him.
Makes him more naked, I don't know. I mean, it gives his tiger in armor, I guess. I mean, that's something.
I never really got what it does for him. He's already pretty big.
Again, it makes him naked and gives his tiger armor by the power of sword laser. Don't question this shit.
I can
Now,
get
is
naked without a
Tiger-
sword laser. Look at me do it. I'm doing it right
What
now.
are we calling his tiger at this moment in time? Just want to clear that up.
I don't know. The green one. Fuck it, I don't know anymore. Morning breaks. Loudly.
Sorry, I just want to say, by the power of sword laser is way better than by the power of Grayskull.
It is kind of better, yeah.
Yeah, but by the honor of sword laser sounds stupid.
Ha, 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 ha. Right then, okay, hold up. The morning has come, and it's the day of the party. Does anyone have any last-minute preparations they want to do? 'Cause I don't think you do.
I would like to give a. I would like to thoroughly clean the spare bottle I have and put a 50-50 mix of the orange juice and the liberating agent into it.
Okay. By 50-50 mix, I mean up to 50% of the vial you got, or the whole vial and you hope that's 50-50 of the drink?
The whole vial and top it off with the orange juice.
Okay, then. Keep in mind, the man told you that a quarter would be enough for a child. Half is probably enough for a full-grown person / woman. So you'll get a double dose in best scenario for whoever has to drink this pour. Yeah. Assuming they drink most of it.
That is the plan.
Before the party, let's brainstorm really quick. What can we do to make someone thirsty?
Pretzels.
I guess you could bring some sort of salty snack.
Pretzels.
I mean, pretzels exist. You could bring pretzels. That would be seen as incredibly weird.
That's why they do it at bars. You never thought about why bars give away free pretzels and peanuts?
Yeah, it's because it's salty. Salt. I mean, I'm not saying Valeria couldn't show up with a thing of pretzels, but this isn't a frat party. I mean, the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Now, a bottle of wine, that's fine. Like, you can show up with a bottle of wine all you want, but...
wine and a bag of pretzels, what's the problem?
You're at the wrong party. The crazy frat party is over there.
A bag of peanuts?
Why don't we knock down that party? Anyways, I will also consult this identifying paper to find out who our mark is.
Well, you wish the man had written down more, but what you have will have to be enough. Lord Renard. Described as literally a foppish fuck who tends to wear blue but who cares. A douchebag level of beard, or he says he calls it like a strip of douche or something. It's, like I said, it's sloppily written and not very clear in points. You think he was really angry when he wrote this?
Does they actually give a last name?
Lord Renard is all he put down.
I'm guessing Renard is his last name.
Does he say the hair color or anything? Any
yes.
description other than wears blue but who cares?
Let's look at the guy.
There's a hair color description. I believe he described his hair as thin like a nug's arse and equally as pink. Which may or may not be true.
Can we recruit this guy? I think he's my hero.
You mean Renard? He sounds pretty cool.
No, I'm talking about the guy that wrote the description.
Rorik was the one who wrote the description, apparently. Rorik is... At least that's the name he gave you. It could not be his name.
Okay, so
any other description notes? I mean, there's a lot of
heraldry
swearing.
only works so we're actually seeing it, not just for knowledge on nobles.
Well, you've got the name.
I don't know.
Right, the heraldry. He does say he wears a pissy dove. He says, wears a pissy dove bird on his laurel. Laurel. Blech.
I think
we probably mispronounced it as laurel, but you know what I mean.
I think heraldry serves the same purpose as knowledge nobility does in D&D, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
More or less, yes.
Okay,
with a plus 3.
She recognizes it.
The problem is a pissy dove is surprisingly common.
Right,
there's
alongside
quite
the
a
name.
Few... the name?
Well, that combined them, you know.
Unfortunately, if the man is actually noble, he wouldn't be called Lord Renard. So either he's a bastard unassociated with the name, but still wearing the stuff. Possible, but not super possible. It's more likely he's not like a ban or anything of true nobility, so much as just a rich fucker who is noble by status of rich, more or less, one of those types. Most likely was either a trader or his father was, and thus has money. Like I said, the heraldry, it's too common, and the Renard name is not known. So, like I said, your most likely scenario: son of a successful trader.
Well, I don't recognize the man.
So we're looking for a rich guy whose father made him all his money, who's balding and has ridiculous hair and small hands.
Apparently.
Damn it.
Well, you know how to find him now.
I think I found him. He's been in the news for quite a bit.
I don't want Trump.
It's not Trump. So now I'm tempted to make him Trump.
No.
No.
No, it's not Trump. You're fine.
I'm the biggest, most successful noble you've ever seen. Believe me.
Regardless, that is the description that's been given that wasn't just swearing and cursing and something about a Bronto fucking him. I don't know.
God.
I mean, the Bronto bit's pretty descriptive, but, not important.
It is amazing the level of relevant detail and irrelevant detail that has been put into this small note.
It's been written on both sides. Written in small tides, very tight, very efficient. Which is part of the problem. It's efficient but messy, so it ends up running into itself. So you get words that mean both Bronto fucker and pale skin, so you have this very interesting visual image.
Gotcha.
So we only fucks pale-skinned Brontos.
Yeah, exactly.
Racist.
You don't believe pale-skinned Brontos are a race?
So much as
Racism.
albinism. Well, do you have anything you'd wish to do? You have a name and a sort of description.
Let's just go kill him before the party.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A Bronto's
Bronto.
a certain type of blonde. It's a type of livestock they have.
Dwarven livestock specifically. Think stocky, almost rhino-ish creature, just not quite as aggressive or big.
It's a mix between a
Okay.
rhino and a cow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Carry
use
on.
them to carry shit underground, usually. Oh, and a nug is a small, piggish rabbit creature. And yes, it comes with both problems of a pig and a rabbit. Being that it's a pig creature, but it also breeds like a rabbit, so you see the problem very quickly.
They have long ears that are ridiculous looking.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
To be fair, as a fucking city elf, you wouldn't really know what a Bronto or a nug is, so, At least that's in character. Right, so whenever you're ready.
Yeah, we just have a couple things that we need to finish nailing down first, unless we're allowed to retroactively narrate in some stuff heist movie style.
Lol.
Didn't think so.
You wish.
We'll do that during the narration. Luckily, Lord Renard always has to have his orange juice at precisely 8 p.m. He then twitches his eye twice.
And he's in the bathroom for half an hour.
Alright, so as the hour approaches, when do you want to head to the party? Like, are you going to arrive on time at the exact hour? Are you going to be fashionably late, early, what?
How are you guys going to signal me when...
Yeah,
when
that is exactly what I wanted to address before we get
Okay,
to
how?
the party.
Not my problem, get on it.
Yeah, that's
Chop chop, motherfuckers.
the only thing I've really got is myself shouting down one of the toilets and making myself sound like a drunken rambling, and you recognizing my voice and knowing that when you next see splashing, let the put the lyrium there, and when you next hear splashing, let rip.
Okay. I'm going to need. I don't know how accessible it is, but I'm going to need something that can shed light so I can actually see in the sewer.
Delirium will.
I'm not
Is it a
opening the
box?
box. I don't care how much more powerful it makes my magic. I'm not opening the box.
Yep.
But if you ate delirium, just ate it, you'd
He'd
go
die.
crazy.
Raw lyrium would kill him.
But in the moments before he died, he could maybe cast a fireball stronger to just do it himself.
Yeah, this is true. Alright. If you want, the only real sorts of light you'd get would be either be a torch or an expensive lantern. And by expensive, I mean around 10 to 15 silvers.
Do we have a lantern? Did anybody buy one?
I don't think anyone did.
I do, in fact, have
Oh,
a
there you go, then.
lantern and 5 points of oil.
Oh, I just realized I have a lantern and 3 pints of oil.
Knuckleheads, there.
believe
You have
I also
lanterns.
do.
What's the problem?
I also have a lantern.
Well, will that ignite the downstairs? Will that ignite the sewer though?
No. Again, human waste does not produce methane in high enough densities for that to happen.
Okay, in that case, I'm actually pretty dedicated to making sure this works properly and not getting caught. So first thing in the morning, I'm going to sneak down to the sewers and wait for this.
You'd be very bored.
Oh, I will be very bored. But it's all part of the stakeout.
I'm gonna make snowmen out of poop.
Do you want to build a poop man?
Why?
New Mega Man boss? Poop Man?
No. No.
The coveted shit laser. I will not be eating down there. No,
Okay.
I will wait till after the heist to eat. It is fine.
Yep. How does Valeria do on that check to see whether being on time or late is the style?
I don't know if Valyria would know that.
That's
Oh,
why
so
I
you're
rolled.
asking if... Okay, you did roll.
She rolled a
Well,
4.
considering how further nobility do things, fashionably late is generally the more accepted way of doing things. So that does give you considerably less time to do things. And by fashionably late, I mean, like, give it an hour.
She's gonna
No,
pull the
we-
median then.
Yeah.
We're gonna be a little late, but not overly so. That way we don't look needy.
20, 30
That
minutes.
Okay.
Is about what you're thinking?
Yeah, pretty much.
Show up whenever it is you wish to show up.
Yep.
Oh, I am looking around in the sewer with the lantern for the toilets.
Yep, I will need to be bringing the this bottle. Is there any? Like, it's a wine bottle. There's no discreet for me to carry it, but I'm trying to think of a fashionable way in which to do so.
Oh, you're the elf. You're expected to be carrying it. You're literally expected to be like cradling it like a baby as you just like walk 3 steps behind your mistress and say nothing.
Ooh, wine bottle scabbard. Let's get on it.
God, no. No, just cradle it like a child and pretend, as long as you treat it like it's more valuable than yourself and they think it is, you're good.
Okay. And yeah, although I will not be the person talking for the mingling, I will reckon there will be plenty of mingling time in which we can find Lord Renard and, identify him, and me to offer him a sample of this fine beverage.
It only tastes a little bit like ass.
Okay, so it seems everyone's ready to go.
I think all the pieces of the plan I'm responsible for screwing up are set up. Yep.
Have we?
I'm gonna
Alright.
steal everything.
Have I managed to find the sewer? I've had a lot of time to look by now.
Yes, the sewer is not difficult to find in any
I
way,
mean, have
shape,
I
or
managed
form.
to find the toilets under here?
The toilets. Well, I told you where the grate you can actually fit in leads out. So other than that, I mean, you could guess that one of the other holes might lead to it, but they seem too far away.
Well, we should just be talking a number of a wide vertical shaft at the top of which there are 2 to 3 seats.
Doesn't seem to be the scenario.
Yeah, that's why I came out early to check this out.
Well, how early?
First thing in the morning, I got up and started looking for
Okay, you
the-
figured this out a couple hours before they even get moving. This place doesn't have plumbing. Apparently, if you're judging from everything you've learned, you remember that empty room on the far northwest corner that was next to the grate where you were, like the sewage grate. You think that empty room, when the party starts, is going to be full of well, what's the term I'm looking for here?
feces.
Chamber pots. And those chamber pots will then use that window, and well, there you go.
Yeah, they throw their crap out the window. That's what I thought.
Wouldn't they have seen some sign of that while checking out the building?
I mean, the
Does-
sewer grate had, like, yuck on it, but it wasn't recently used enough to, like, be...
You mean they don't poop there?
It's presumed
people
the
don't
Ban
really
Raw
know
doesn't
that-
live here often enough to poop there, no.
No
And
servants.
the servants
poop
may
there?
not be live-in servants. You never checked.
The servants never have to poop.
You don't know. You never checked what the servants do. I'm simply explaining the situation with the sewer grate and what you
they-
understand.
They poop and feed it to the house elves.
They
Hmm.
should be grateful
Dobby?
for what they get.
All right. Well, Sarabas is the only one who has scoured these sewers and has come to the conclusion that they don't have indoor plumbing. So, what do you do with this information?
I don't know. That's why I came back here.
Freak out, leave town, leave us in the wind.
Dust in the wind.
Well, we might have to modify the plan to just blow something up in there. We have this explosive already.
Okay, so hold on. You've come out of the sewers and are meeting up with us somehow?
Well, he finished way before you guys had to get going, so he could presumably, like, come back to your place and go, oh, guys, you have a problem.
Yeah, very first thing I did in the morning was wake up and scour
Yep,
the sewer
yep.
system.
Okay.
Then I came back.
Okay. All right, so if he is making it back to the Valeria's place before we're setting off,
Yeah, we should have a few more hours to plan.
I mean, she's probably there getting ready for the damn thing.
hmm. All right. No indoor plumbing.
But there is a sewer vent that goes right under the house like this.
Sorry, I don't think I was on the same map as you when you did that.
Assuming 9 here is the house, which it's really not. There is actually a sewer grate that goes right under the house
Hmm.
from front to back, but there's no toilets in it. So
Yep.
we could
And
probably
the-
cause pretty good structural damage to the house just by blowing that up under it.
We definitely make people panic.
Okay. How good are you at keeping time in your head?
Not very.
Hmm.
That's a talent that I didn't buy.
Please tell me perfect meter isn't an actual talent statted out in this system.
I don't think there is, but
Okay.
It is in the world of darkness.
And there were no sort of clocks you guys heard, like clock towers in the area that you guys heard while you were casing the place, right?
Nope. We're gonna need a way to. I'm gonna need a way for you to. Well, I could stand by the. I could stand by the sewer grate where everybody's throwing down their shit, and you could yell down to me.
But it's
There are no
just
flaws in that plan.
Yeah, it's
flawless
just,
victory.
It's just outside the house, you said, or how far away?
It's right out. It's right outside the back of the house. It's people throw their crap out the window into it. You poop out the window.
Do you think that setting this bomb directly underneath the house, we've established it's not powerful enough that it would cause the whole building to collapse, but it would certainly be a good shake in the ground and should cause plenty of panic.
Certainly would cause plenty of panic, depending on how well the charge was, where it was placed. It might collapse part of it. It might, hell, if you knew what the fuck you were doing and were sappers, you could probably cause the whole building to go down, depending on, like, exact nature of it, but...
Mm-hmm.
You don't know, part of the problem.
Yep.
Well, I have scouted the place out, so I'll use cunning to see if I can figure out. Like, I do know basics about lyrium, so I'm gonna make a cunning roll on it. That would be 14.
If you were to place it along the sewer line in the right... You'd have to, like... The problem is you'd have to, like, get out of the sewer, put, like, a marker, and then go back in the sewer, and find the marker, and do all this crap. But if you could do it right, you could actually collapse the entire... pretty much most of the eastern portion of the place if you put the lyrium charge right where it needs to be. If you get kind of sloppy with it, you might maybe, like, partially collapse one room. Assuming you're just extra sloppy and just kind of guessing.
I'll rely on my cunning and I'll try to do that. It's really the best plan we have at this point. We've already invested in this.
Yep.
Okay. This leaves us with what's your signal then?
The only place where I can get a signal is from the crap is from where people throw their crap into it. So.
Then I shall try to feign some intestinal distress of my own, and go to the grate to throw up and shout down a signal word to you. Any preference?
Banana.
I definitely should not have had those brown bananas.
Okay, the only thing is it's going to be anywhere between 2 and 5 minutes after I get the signal before I can actually set it off, because I'm going to need to run back down the sewer and do it.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, so I'm actually just going to crawl in now, and I'll make whatever rolls you need to place it.
Okay, so you're doing this ahead of time, I presume.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now, and then I'm going to go wait for my signal, even if it's going to be 7 or 8 hours.
I really hope you're comfortable down there. All right, so first thing, I need a stealth to actually get in there to not be... Because it's broad fucking daylight, more or less.
Okay.
Oh, you're fine. You fucking slip in there, and like if someone sees you, just look at them, and they look away. Like, you fuck off. I do what I want.
I saw the perception filter on my back.
Right, you got yourself your barrel, you got yourself your stuff. Alright, so go ahead and roll to plant the stuff. You do not have any training in this, so it's just cunning.
14.
You do surprisingly well, or at least you believe you do. I mean, it feels like this is good.
Okay,
Belief is all that
I'm gonna wait
matters.
by the crap vent.
You await your signal by the crap vent. Enjoy that.
That is
Time
my part of the
passes.
plan.
I presume the guests arrive. Mogren, what's your plan, precisely?
Well, I'm gonna wait until an hour before the party.
Okay, an hour before the party is here.
I'm going to the estate, and I'm gonna look at it, and I'm gonna see how many guards there are before the guests arrive.
Oh god, there are so many guards. Why?
Guards!
Okay, Blaine Rose.
There's a mage in your sewers. Get him.
We
Get
can head to
back.
Ban Rower's estate at this point.
Yep. Oh, and could we get that that sewer grate visibly marked on the map?
Oh, you want an actual... Oh, sure, why not?
You can just
it's
use a big
some-
picture of poop.
I got some.
I have plenty of sewer grate tokens. I'll put one down. You can place it.
What, does no one like my idea?
I think the answer is no.
Oh.
Alright, go ahead and put it down if you want to use it, otherwise I'll use this thing.
That looks like a
Hush.
chandelier.
It is a chandelier. You want a problem with that, bub? You want a piece of this?
I do.
Well,
have
either put
problems
down
with
your
it.
grade or I'm using this thing.
So, do you use chandeliers to block off sewer entrances?
I don't know, do you?
No.
No.
Take
Well,
your
in
pick.
that case, I need to go talk to my fucking manager.
There you go.
Okay, there's a tiny poo now. It's good enough.
Thank you.
And now the tiny poo grate. Stop having vision, you dumb thing.
Yeah. Once you right-click, change it to background, then it should stop having sight and whatnot.
So someone give me the control. Damn it, come here, poo. I can't click on the poo.
Alright, someone
I
get
have no
that
power
quote
over the
of
poo.
him saying, give me your poo.
Anyway, alright, so let me... So it's those four...
Why can't I control your poo?
Okay, so I'm not going to bother putting down exactly how many guards. But they're now in squads of 4, and basically squad of 4 here looking right at them, and then they literally march towards each other and cross, and you have them at each...
All four sides of the house.
Yeah, so basically you have 4 guys here, 4 guys here. They walk towards each other, and you have the same thing on every single corner.
Mm-hmm.
There's never a point where it's not being watched by, like, at least 2 eyes. Sorry, 2 sets of eyes. Or more than that, fuck, there's like 4, I mean, yeah, that's shit tons of guards a point. There is no fucking way you're not, like... Like, the only point they are not crossing like that is the back. Instead, that is bustling with elves. And there are guards, from what you can tell, just not, like, as many because of the hedges and all that, and, like, they can't have the same visual.
Mm-hmm.
And the elves are, like, bustling and moving shit all the time, so they can't, like, have that many guards, otherwise they get in the way.
Quick, disguise yourself as an elf.
Sarah, something dumps down from above. It smells unpleasant. Moving on.
Thinking.
No, I'm just gonna poop right here since I'm here already.
Apparently Zordon disagrees. You're going to go fucking save the world. Or get your ass in your Zord.
No, that was Zordon pooping.
Oh, well, that's fair.
I wondered where that sound effect came from.
Zordon needs to poop too, you know. You can't see it in the show, but the back of his head is just an anus.
Out of character. Thoughts?
Well, now somebody's actually going to need to murder that dude. There's my thought.
That's not hard.
Well,
that's what he's asking for other opinions on how he might be able to get up to his post on the roof.
That's fair.
Well, I could throw you up there if I was up there, but...
Yes, but you being up there is the key point of that.
I could throw you up there if I was on the street. Whoa!
Well, just place yourself over the grate, and Cerebus can cast hydraulic push. And no,
I unfortunately didn't prepare it today.
I mean, you could always take the time-old method of causing a distraction somewhere else.
But what could we do that would distract them enough that wouldn't just also, like, call off the party?
Blow up part of the house.
That might reach call off the party levels.
What, where does this place take deliveries? Do carts come around the building to the back in order to reach the, in order to deliver to the kitchen and whatnot?
This is presumed, yes.
In order to reach the relatively less watched back of the building and make your way either in and try and look like a part of the help, or up the walls. If you find enough time for that, you could always ride in on a shipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, find a shipment to stow away in. That's sort of your thing, isn't it?
Is that a dwarf joke?
No, it's a rogue joke.
Hmm.
If it was a dwarf joke, I would have also thrown in, you don't pay your rent and you're lazy.
Racist.
Also, you turn guards into chunky salsa.
I'm getting the feeling that we're getting some cross-fictional racism going on here, and it's... I'm not sure that's how that works.
Something,
That's not a thing all
dirty
dwarves do.
half-breed drow.
Racism connects all people.
I see. I'm gonna need to start putting disclaimers at the front of all these videos, aren't I?
Disclaimer, we exist.
The views expressed by these people are not necessarily the views held by these people. Moving on.
You don't have that already?
I'm considering the need for it. So
I don't think dwarves and elves have an anti-defamation league that's going to attack you.
You never know in this day and age. I'm just waiting for you guys to say go.
I know there's a banana anti-defamation.
I mean, I could say that word at any time. Doesn't mean we're ready, but I can say it.
Who wants to play the board game Go?
No. Alright, how are you getting in, Mogren? This is important.
I know, that's why I'm thinking.
You really don't have any ideas, do you?
That's
Well,
why
first
he
you
Well,
gotta-
let's get around to the back to get a better view at it in any case.
First you get her drunk, then you go around the back.
God. That's really not what we're talking about.
Well,
Alright,
he's the one who
so
said, how are you going to get it in?
God, why?
you don't get you lose talking privileges now.
Yeah, I think you can say that, but I don't think it's going to change anything.
You see some elves bustling about and doing elfy things. There's some guards occasionally that pass through the hedges keeping watch. I'm not sure what you were trying to spy out here.
Details, obviously.
Yes.
They move quickly and
Right.
worriedly. You see the poo grate where Cerebus probably is.
Yes.
If you're going to sneak in, this is definitely the best angle to do it from. The problem is you're not an elf and can't just blend in elf style.
Okay, so they are like moving boxes and shit?
Yes, it looks like food supplies.
Where are the boxes? Are they all just in...
They appear to be coming from in there.
Get some
That's
fake
an
ears
actual
and-
building, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Get some fake ears, pretend to be an elf with a birth defect.
You know,
Lol.
isn't that just all elves?
Ah. Are we trying to one-up each other now?
Kind of, I think.
I think elves are just humans.
Just humans with pointy ears?
Yep.
No, those
Okay.
are Vulcans.
The boxes some elves are carrying. What are the biggest ones?
No bigger than, like... You're not fitting in that. They're not
Aw.
strong enough to pick something up you'd fit in.
You're talking like orange crates. And...
Yeah, like they're doing it one now. And if there's multiple, if they're used to working together, they can lift you, but like they're doing one at a time. Like,
Are there any windows in that building the crates are coming out of? I'm assuming no, but...
what do you ask? No tomatoes? What?
Windows.
Oh, for fuck no. Not
Yeah,
in there,
that's what I
little-
thought. I just, questions.
There's no tomatoes?
No more tomatoes, no! This is a bit difficult to get into, is the main thing.
Yes.
Oh, find one of those noble women with the big ridiculous dresses and just hide under there.
I mean,
That technically would work.
well, thanks for the wagon. It's not going to be here, though. Problem is, you missed it in the morning. Having them sneak aboard the wagon is a great idea. Too bad they get their wagon load in the morning. Not like however many hours for the party. That was something you should have like prepped for.
You're already
wasn't-
standing like 10 feet away from them watching them and they're not doing anything. Just walk in.
Yeah, apparently
He's
they're
not
blind.
that close.
Well, it looks
He's
like it.
way. He's like over in another neighborhood just
I'm
watching.
probably it's on the roof of a different building.
Completely honest here.
Batmaning it.
Yes.
Maybe.
That is now a verb.
Well, if you're gonna do that, you might as well just Batman while you're inside. Come on.
Oh, that's,
Batman
yeah,
would just
that's right.
appear
Make them
inside
just-
and never get an actual explanation how he got in.
That's what I
So
mean.
that's how you do it.
Somehow I don't think that'll work.
Spend a hero point, go inside. That's how
Okay,
he does it.
so-
He spends a hero point in order to get a teleport power. It all makes sense now.
Go ahead, Ian.
The guards don't round the corner around to the back when they go along the sides.
No. Basically, they come. They look right, look left, turn back around.
They climb up into the crap window.
If he times right, the issue is there are guards who do this basically.
Yeah, they wind between the hedges and shit.
Yeah, like they will. If you time it really right and can sprint your ass off, you maybe could make it. But I would assume none of the elves notice you as well.
To be fair, the elves seem a little busy.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just saying, there's risks.
I don't think the elves are who I have to worry about seeing me.
Yeah, the elves don't give a shit.
The elves might give a shit. You don't know. It depends.
They'll give a shit if they see me, but I think they're going to be too busy to look at me.
If you manage to make it look like you belong, I don't think the elves are made to question things here.
Quite possible.
Yep. Question about the structures we're looking at. You say this here is a storage shed building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes. All right.
Yes.
What is this? Is this just a patio, or is this a half height? Is this a single story?
That is another building. Like some sort of wooden storage shed thing attached to the one story, attached to the stone overall building as a whole. So some kind of warehouse, some kind of storage shed.
If you can cross and get up on top of this one-story building and lie low, then you can wait until the guards leave another gap and get the rest of the way up onto the roof.
This is true. And probably better than what I was thinking.
Climbing the crap window?
A bit.
It means you only have to be in view, vaulting one height at a time.
Oh, he's gonna pole vault this shit? That sounds amazing.
Mantling one height at a time.
He's gonna turn into flowing rock?
Sure.
If I could do that, we wouldn't have nearly as much of a problem with this.
What? I thought all dwarves could do that.
No, they just have sex with rocks.
Man, our dwarf's defective.
No, it's all dwarves.
Okay, what are you doing?
Okay, so yeah, it seems like scaling the initial height there is the easiest way to go about it at first. Question is from
Alrighty.
which side, and...
So you're going to buttfuck sprint, get over here,
Kind
climb up
of.
it.
Hold on. How many... Can I tell how many different guards are going around the hedges and such?
At least 3. Maybe 5.
Is there at all a pattern, or is it just random, walk
It does
around
actually
the
seem pretty
elves and
random
look
this
around?
time. It might be because of the way the elves are moving and so on. It does seem more random, just like they threw 5 people in the hedge and said, go, just guard hedge.
Just look around, make sure the elves aren't stealing shit.
More or less.
Or escaping.
Or fornicating.
To be fair, that's stealing themselves.
Yes.
That is true.
Both of those are stealing themselves.
It is true. Elves are, in fact, objects and not people.
I think that's a given. We know.
Once again, the views expressed here.
Oh no, the elf lobby is going to come after me. I'm so scared.
This is where your window breaks suddenly, and they somehow know elf magic.
Great
just-
Tolkien, bitch.
It'd just be an arrow shot through, honestly.
I'm trying to think of one thing I could do before I try this. I'm trying to think of a way to make it distraction. That's the best way I could. Mogren has a metal flask he could sacrifice to the bit.
Oh, you're sacrificing your drink, though? I mean...
It's empty. He drinks it all first.
Okay.
He's still a dwarf.
Just want to make sure he's not possessed.
Yeah, no. So I'm thinking, a metal flask is not that heavy. He could probably throw it into the hedge area, and if a guard finds it, Well, okay. An elf will find it, and their reaction will be probably get a guard, because if they're seen carrying a flask, they're going to be beaten heavily.
Yep.
So a guard will find it, and one of two things will happen. Either they will assume it's an elves, and someone is going to be beaten heavily,
Yes.
or they'll assume it's a guard's, and they'll either take it for themselves or try to find the guard to give it back to.
Also possible.
Either way, it distracts at least one guard, and possibly more once they go and talk to a different one. Why wouldn't it be? Yes, emoji. So in any case, I'm going to sneak up on the walls as much as I can. How high are these walls around it?
Alright, though that is not so much a wall as it is a fence.
Okay, it's a fence.
It's like maybe 4 feet.
Oh, we'll sell something at it.
But oh god damn it!
Moving on.
I am a dwarf, though. If I'm crouching, can I be behind it?
Are the slats oriented so they can be seen through?
Like, you could see through them, but they're like thin enough to where you could pull it off, I think.
Well, I could roll stealth for you if you want it.
I'd like that.
And put your token where you want to move to. Yep.
That's perfectly fine where it was. Yep.
Okay, roll.
Add 5.
Jesus Christ, you're a ninja.
the most ninja that ever ninja'd.
Like, that was actually the hardest part, was crossing the big open. But you don't give a fuck. You
I
want to
am
be a shadow.
Batman.
You don't give a fuck, just like Janice in accounting.
You just discover an inner, like, you somehow, for a very short, like, brief window, are able to hide in your own shadow, and you're never able to how you did it again, but this one time, you found out
For
how.
a single moment, a dwarf mage existed and somehow knew how to teleport.
Mm.
Okay, yeah, I'm
One
trying
with the
to
earth.
look at stunt points now, but my PDF
There's-
is crashing.
There is nothing applicable to stealth. I mean, the closest that you've got is with a flourish. You amaze everyone who sees you who do it, but as
Which
you
is
can
no one.
tell, yeah.
I understand that, but I'm still now trying to open my PDF again, and it's crashing every single time.
What PDF reader are you using?
Foxit.
Try opening Foxit on its own without a
Then-
program, without file.
Yeah, and then drag the PDF to it.
Moment I opened the Dragon Age, it just crashed again.
Is there a checking? Can you check for updates within Foxit itself?
Only once Foxit starts up, yeah.
Well, right, but
Alternatively, just drag the PDF to Chrome.
Yeah, I might just have to do that. Loading.
Keep 'em puppies loading.
Well, hey.
Okay, so yeah, I know there's not going to be very many stunts there, because it's not really... I mean, I guess it's technically an exploration stunt, but...
but you're not looking for anything right now.
Uh-huh. So either way, now I'm going to try and throw this flask over farthest to the right in the hedges that I can.
So, show me what you're trying to do, precisely.
I want to throw my flask
Oh,
to
you
just
want
around
to
there.
Okay,
Just anywhere in there to make sure it hits the ground and
okay,
not
first
ahead,
off,
so it actually makes
strength
a
check
noise.
to see how much distance you get out of it. Let's go with that. Let's go with strength.
What is my strength?
Probably not the best.
+1. So 13. Not the best, but he is still in war.
Okay, where now dex to aim it.
Dex to aim it, you said?
Mm.
Yep.
+3.
Bump. That gets the attention of several things, couple guards go, "What was that noise?"
Ah.
You see one like kind of.
Okay, as soon as he's going down the middle path, so anybody who had to look that same way would just see him. I'm running past to yeah.
Okay,
I assume you want
another
another
stealth check. Yep.
Add 5.
You found that shadow again some fucking how. Apparently you just live in your own shadow now. You
Who
make it not
knows?
even like...
The shadow knows.
No. As I'm going, does anything amusing happen? Are any elves being beaten?
Not yet, but you hear a guard scream, "The fuck is this?" And some elves are like kind of hurrying up.
Let's go, oh god.
You know what's amusing? Systemic oppression.
We're horrible people, Jesus.
Kinda are, yeah.
Okay, climbing the building.
Alright then, climb check.
Well,
Hmm,
actually,
suppose
sorry. First off, I'm getting as close to the main wall as I can. Yes. For maximum chance of not being seen.
Mm.
And I assume it's just strength again, right?
Yep.
+1.
Up you go.
Yay!
You're now on top of this thing. Good for you.
Now, I'm going to assume the guards that are in the middle there are, like, looking around, trying to see who to drop the flask or whatever the fuck.
You do see one guard. Actually, you see several, so... Now you actually have a view. My other guard. Yeah, fuck it. So there are 3 guard, and fellow has found it. The fuck has halted this elf.
You, elf, it's your flask!
It might be the case. There might be a beating incoming, you're not sure.
Are any of them looking at all upwards?
No, not at all.
Then I'm just going to start climbing again.
Roll.
+1.
You don't really make any progress.
Can I do anything
Stealth?
with that stunt point?
Well, you can roll stealth again.
Yeah. Add 5.
You're still good. Roll your climb again if you're still going to do this.
+1!
Up you go.
How far up do I go?
You're most of the way up at this point. Another climb roll. Should get you to the top.
Another +1, and stunt points. I don't know if I can do anything with climbing for that.
Not really. Good news, though, you have made it to the top at this point.
I'm not going to
Barely.
climb up immediately. I'm going to try and... Well, actually, I still have my mirror. I'm going to look over the edge to make sure there's not suddenly anybody on the roof.
No one on the roof. Oh, it's a bird. I mean, the bird might be a spy.
Oh, God, bird! Run, it's a bird!
I presume you make it to the roof.
Yes, roof.
Okay,
It's a bird.
you're in roofed. If we check Banro's estate floor 2, you will show yourself on the roof. You can go where you want, but you won't actually see any of the floors unless you, like, I don't know, jump through the fucking roof. I don't know. It's a roof. What do you want from me?
It's a roof. Just debating if there's anything else for me to do before waiting for people to start arriving.
Find a way in, I guess, because the roof doesn't have a way in.
Yeah, I have that drill. Thing
You
is,
could
I'm pretty
drill
sure
your
that
way
will
in.
make noise.
That is true.
It's not. I mean, it's not exactly a power drill. We don't have those, but
Oh, but there's still a lot of wood grinding sounds.
Yeah, so long as no one's directly beneath it once any music starts, you should be okay. So if I remember correctly, Bogren's in position and should be under an hour left until 6.
More or less, but you were going to be 30 minutes late, so unless Mogren has something else he wants to do, we'll start.
Just double checking my head really quick, and I don't think so.
Alright. You give it a little bit of time before you decide to show up, and you show up fashionably late as proper. Couple enter. Sorry, you show up just in time to see a couple enter the building proper. There's guards at the gate. So I presume you're free to approach whenever.
In our dress best, I follow Valyria 1.5 paces behind her.
Jolly good. Roll etiquette, please.
Checking what she has.
Both of you.
Yep. +0.
Alright.
I can't impersonate the token on this map.
That's strange. Now try.
There we go. Thank you. That's +3.
Alright,
And
you both...
with my 3 stunt points, I am going to stunned silence in hopes that we don't get challenged by the guards more than necessary.
That's fair. The guards say nothing as you, well, they do... I presume you just hold out your invitation to them and they just wave you in, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Jolly good. Alright, let me just do something.
Clear out some fog.
Mm-hmm. And I will now unhidden these tokens. You enter into a fairly grand entrance room. It's nothing excessively impressive. I mean, it's got some very nice tapestries, a couple statues, a lovely rug. And what you can only assume is Banroa herself, flanked by a sitting and... Oh, hold on. Where was I? Yes. Flanked by a currently sitting and calm Manabari hound. Fairly big one at that.
Mabari.
Mabari, sorry, I keep saying it wrong. Mabari hound, fairly big one, sitting near her. She seems to be chatting up several people who have arrived. You're not sure whether you're supposed to talk to... Well, roll etiquette will tell you whether or not you're supposed to talk to her first or continue on.
Well, still +3.
Well, it wouldn't be... You could just keep going or politely wait. I mean, it's really up to you. You're not sure if you're supposed to do anything. So, what do you do?
She's the hostess. She'd at least wait until, yeah, she knows that she's here.
Alrighty. It does take a bit before this couple stops chatting her up. And you're allowed to approach, basically.
I actually forget out of character the noble status difference between them.
Very well. Ban Roa is a ban, which makes her the lowest level of proper Lord Noble who holds land, but still very important. Valyria's family has a ban, and she's like, the ban is her, I presume. Yeah, her father is the ban. She is not the ban, so that makes her
right below
noble
standing.
by relative, whereas this Roa is noble by...
She's not even her first daughter, so...
I know, this makes her roughly 3 steps ahead of you in nobility. if you had to be like official. She immediately greets you cordially, like politely. She obviously doesn't recognize you, but expects you. Like, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
She doesn't know who you are, but at the same time knows what you look like and who you're supposed to be.
Valeria holds back her distaste for this sort of thing and curtsies as is proper for her.
Lovely to meet you, Lady Valeria. Or Lady... Sorry, I keep forgetting your last name. Lady Thorn. It is grand to see you, and you've brought gifts. How lovely. Most of the guests have moved into the, dining area, but you are free to wander about the house. It's a little early. I see no reason you're disallowed. We will be having a short meal, followed by light dancing. Do be cautious, though. I'd prefer it if you did not spend much time in the lower west wing. It's simply for the god's main use, and you have no business there. But feel free to use the east wing and upper levels freely. Though the southeastern room is unfortunately going under some heavy renovations and is sloppy. It's locked, and bother with it.
Thank you, my lady.
Do you think I could get Vision of Valeria's token just so I can see what's going on?
That would be a good idea. Yes, hold on. You good?
Yep.
Okay.
My character is not in the most glorious spot right now.
He is not, no. Regardless, so, you're kind of free to do what you want, Valeria. Here's how this is going to work. I'm basically going to flip-flop between the, robbers and the, faces.
I have a face.
Well, Mogren, you're on the robber side. Yeah, the party has started.
Are you saying I don't have a face?
You're a dwarf, you don't have a face.
You have a beard. Beard is better. Here's what you know. The party has been going on for a bit, but you definitely saw your friends go in recently. So basically, the joint is ready to be robbed. What would you like to do?
I don't think there's much any of us are doing until I blow the shit up, so...
You can start robbing the joint. I mean,
Well, it depends how stealthy he can be, I guess, and how much he can carry.
This is all very true. He is very sneaky.
I am very sneaky.
Do you have a focus in it?
Yes.
He's a focus in it, and he adds like a bunch, and it's like he's good at it.
Hence his
And I
plus
have a-
fives.
Our
Yes.
focus doesn't matter.
What?
You don't know yet.
Anyways, they ignore him. He's just quoting Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a focus in stealth, and I have a talent in scouting, which lets me re-roll any failed stealth roll.
Yeah, he's really, really, really good at... My point is that the guy can probably get... If anyone can pull this off, it's him. So, what do you want to do, Mogren? You're aware your friends have entered the building.
I'm going to start listening to the rooftop to see if I can hear guards around on the top floor.
Roll yourself a listen.
Which is just perception for me.
Yeah, it's just perception, if you don't have focus.
So, +1.
Sounds
How
wonderful.
many of those are we going to roll? Because I'm going to be listening like everywhere I can.
Well, you're basically devoting a period of time to listening, to which you hear movement down below, but it fades and reappears now and then. You can time it to where it's distant before you do anything if you want. But that's your whole turn.
So
Figure
basically, we're
quotes for now.
between active perception and passive perception.
Yes. Back to the faces. What would you like to do after being given leave, basically, by Aurora?
Well, let's see.
She says you're free to explore anywhere that's not the west wing of the first floor, and all the upper floors available to you, along with the east wing.
As well as the southeast room, which pretty much leaves the only right now to go forward. Otherwise, we're going to one of the two areas she doesn't want us to go into immediately.
Oh no, southeast second floor. She doesn't mind if you go to the first floor.
Second floor.
Mhm.
Well, let's check that out then.
She's gonna Skedaddle. Rinlushan, you're going to keep with your mistress, presumably?
She's BRB.
I see. Well, we're going to have to presume then.
I believe he's going to polymorph himself into a turkey.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
I mean, he's allowed.
It's one of his elf powers.
Hold on.
Oh, I didn't word that grammatically properly. It's one of its elf powers.
Sorry, I'm just going to move a whole bunch of weird stuff, so give me a second. I'm basically playing a board game while you guys do all this shit. Alright then. You enter into... I think it's a sitting room, double checking. East Wing. Alright, it is definitely a relaxing room, but it's a little sparse, you'd suppose. It looks like a sitting room, but it's kinda less plush than you expected. If you had to guess, it would look more in place in like a much lower scale kind of. It looks like it belongs in your fucking like in your old fort kind of thing. It looks like this is a lower scale sitting room. There's a few things of note though. There's a couple like candlesticks that look to be made of bare metal, a few plates, some nice tapestries. There's things you could take that are worth money, but the only things that would really fit in your pockets per se would be something along the lines of like maybe a knife or two, which aren't really worth the time.
Yeah.
It looks like it's all set to have like snacks or light reading in. You think maybe the guards might take use of this more than the actual guests? Anything in particular you want to do in this room?
I don't think so.
Okay, moving back to the other half. The thieves, the rogues, the burglars. What would you like to do at this point?
Steal stuff.
How?
Magic.
Well, that's not good enough.
Why can't I be Batman?
Because I say so.
Batman's copyrighted. You can be Ratman.
Just moving people as necessary. Go on then. You have your turn. You're on the roof.
Well, what did I hear?
Again, as I told you last time, you heard noise that sounds like movement. Get really close, fade, and repeat. You presume
Right.
someone's either
Okay,
patrolling or moving.
Yeah, sorry, I thought I heard something else. Okay. I'm gonna go specifically to that organ room again and listen there and see if anything sounds different than the other places.
Roll.
1.
Kind of the same thing. Look, you have to swear someone's patrolling, or there's just like the party's going on and people are moving because it's like noise, fades, grows, fades, so on. All right, back to the faces. Faces, what do you do?
Well, what is this place even for? Looks just empty.
Yeah, pretty much empty. It's like I said, it's like a sitting room.
Yeah, okay. Well, to the north.
To the north.
Hold on, need to move over. He's on the roof, so we can't actually see anything that's on this fucking page, so... When he does something, I'll make visible, but like...
Well, I just want to know for my for spectation
everyone-
purposes which room he's over.
I mean, I can put like I don't know, I can put a Mogren token down that says the Mogren here.
That's fine. Carry on.
Right, so you want to head north?
Pretty please. Well, that answers why the organ's in the room above.
Alright, you enter what looks like a... Not really in the fur for it, like a cathedral. Little like, well, not really a full-on cathedral, closer to just
a private chapel.
Yes, private chapel is perfect. Statue of Andraste, the whole 9 yards. A pair of guards are actually just marching through, do you think on patrol, and they just very politely stand in the way and nod at you. They don't seem to have any problem with you taking your time or wandering about. Let's see, things in here of note. There's lots of silver tidbits and icons and some books probably of value. There's a lot in here you could theoretically get away with if you just had like a sack or something. That's more or less this room. Anything you'd like to do in here? There are stairs going up.
Shall we continue in search of mingle opportunities, or see what the upstairs East Wing has to offer us?
It'll be hard to break away later. This might be the best time to go upstairs.
Milady?
Very well. Let's see what they have.
Alright, back to Momerin. And what would you like to do?
Hmm.
By the way, the noises are growing again, and where you are in particular. Just sounds like someone's moving down there.
Yeah, people are doing their walking around thing like humans do.
Mm-hmm.
Can they not walk with their beards? I mean, come on.
Lol.
You should be able to hang from the ceiling by your beard.
I don't think the beard would appreciate that. Well, if I knew that they were coming upstairs, that'd be convenient, but I don't.
Nope.
But either way, I have no way of moving the organ by myself, assuming it's still even in that room, so I'm going to move over to the scroll room and listen there and see if there's anybody that I can hear coming.
Roll.
Again, +1.
See, scroll room. There's definitely someone down there.
Yeah?
Currently. Like, currently there's someone walking through it or in it or something.
I want to pull the mirror trick again.
Okay, how are you going to do that without someone to hold you?
Just climbing, basically.
It's going to be a lot harder. Go and roll climb then.
Well, which is going to be harder? The keeping myself up, or the not dropping the mirror while doing so?
I'd say keeping yourself up because you don't have one hand to work with.
Maybe not then. Actually, no,
If there was any kind of standing pipe or chimney, you might be able to tie yourself off to it.
Yes, I do have a rope, but...
No.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. I could tie my rope to the mirror.
I suppose. That would give you a very awkward view, though, when relying mostly on...
but it would be a view.
I suppose. Do you want to try it?
Sure.
Okay, dexterity check.
+3. You could also debate whether this is sleight of hand or not.
Your mirror manages to catch the tail two guards marching out of the room. So you saw that, and then you see the room.
I'm
were
going
here
to keep
before.
watching and wait until the next group of guards comes in to see how long it takes.
Jolly good. The faces. You are now on this level, so let me just... Right, you're going to see yourselves on Ban Royal of Estate, Floor 2, and you'll see yourselves. You are in the room with the grand pipe organ. And nothing else in this room compares. It is wealth beyond imagining if that's actual gold, and if you can actually just walk up to the thing and, like, buy fucking Andraste's nipples, that's gonna buy you most of the city.
And now you have
I mean,
the first
neither of
ever
you are
proof
metal
that the
workers.
Canary wasn't lying.
No, he wasn't lying. I mean, like, this is unimaginably, like, valuable. Even if it's not, even if it's just plated in gold, that's still a lot of gold. It's an obscene amount of gold. This is the sort of thing, like, the cathedral in Orlais, like the main, where the divine herself sits, the one in, like, basically the Pope of Andraste's religion, would honestly pay its actual value for to have it in her cathedral.
Let's bust it open and take the gold.
Well, at least we know that that our compatriots are not prone to exaggeration.
True.
It also looks heavy as hell.
I. How did they even...
You presume they had to build it piece by piece. In this room. Over the course of like a year.
Skilled craftsman.
We would be lucky to get a mere piece of it. Let alone...
Break a piece off of it.
I'm sure that will cause no noise whatsoever.
I try to listen to hear if there's any footsteps approaching on this floor from either direction.
No, you don't have to listen to tell that there are footsteps, but they're receding. Typically, they're receding.
I just want to, like, brace a key and then tap on it so that it doesn't play. Just tap on it to determine whether or not that is actual ivory or something else.
That's perception, I suppose. That is ivory. It has to be. Judging from the sound, I mean, we're talking like actual ivory bone.
It's not wood, it's not stone, is mostly what I was going for.
Yeah, it's definitely not wood, it's definitely not stone, so it's either ivory or something else. I mean, for all you know, it could be made of fucking pearl at this stage.
Well, if we find nothing else of value, I'm sure we could nick half of the keyboard or so.
Presumably. It'd take a little work, but that's doable.
Also, could I get a Control-E to bring the stream to this floor? Thank you.
I expect a lot of that. There's no way I could fit, like, the space I needed. And
I know. Alright, carry on.
Alright, Mogren, you said you were waiting to see when they came back, so let me just move this view. It sounds like some are approaching, but from a slightly different direction. Other than that, you can't really determine. Don't see anything yet. Back to the faces. Anything you up to?
I mean, Besides gawking?
And you can gawk all you want.
Well, let's continue our grand tour to the south.
Hold on. One problem. That is the room that is locked.
Oh,
Also, I can't see myself here at all.
oh, yep.
Doesn't matter.
I think that token was copied at a time when Warp Shaper was still Captain Tight Pants.
My pants are tight.
There, everyone can see you now.
Thank you.
I'm so fat.
Okay. Oh,
I mean,
this door.
no, it's locked, so to the north. I mean, I presume we're also looking around at while we're traveling about to see if there's anything that we could pick up later.
Yeah, I don't think you can pick up tapestries so far. All right, hold on. I need to
Maybe
throw
you
something
can.
else. This room looks ill-furnished, but it's quickly apparent why, judging from the dog bed. You might guess this is where the hound tends to sleep, eat, and spend most of its time. It's nice to have a whole room for a hound, I guess. Not much. I mean, the hound itself is worth money.
We are not stealing the hound.
Is
I
there
think
a
the hound
puppy
kick your
around?
ass.
We're not
I'd
stealing.
totally take the puppy.
We're not
It's not a
stealing
puppy.
Bad Roa's treasured hound.
It would kick your ass. I'm not even kidding.
I want a Mabari.
I mean, they're loyal to the death, sweet as hell, and will tear your throat out.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
And hence the death.
I need a giant Mabari that I can ride around on.
It's already as
Yes.
big as they're gonna get.
Don't
Bigger
tell
than
me
a
it's called a
giant
horse,
elephant.
damn it.
I presume if we peek in, for example, to the door north, that's just an empty room that we see there.
Actually, the door should be open. You can actually sort of see from where you are that there's not much in that room. You think it's just a guard post, basically.
Yep.
Real quick, need to move some things. Mogren, it is typically your turn again, and you do hear fucking guards or someone approaching again. You don't know if it's guards or not.
Okay. I want guaranteed knowledge that the guards have come into the room to see how long their possible patrol is.
I know. I'm just moving stuff as necessary.
Uh-huh.
I just have a lot of shit to move. Back to the faces. What do you want to do?
West, I think.
All right, hold on.
In which I suspect we're going to see either just a hallway or a balcony overlooking some central room.
Sorry, I gotta maneuver a lot of things, like when people arrive and elves and shit.
Not everything unobserved needs to change each round. The guards, certainly, but...
No, but I need to, surprisingly, I do need to move most of the nobles that would roam.
Mm-hmm.
For purposes of someone could get caught. So, right, where were you going?
West.
Almost as soon as you reach the door, it opens of its own accord. And bear
Is
guards
it a magic door?
No, just bear guards. Just come striding out. They look surprised, apologize, and just kind of stand aside for you.
Blair will nod, just enough to be, mildly respectful without being, improper.
And we realized the organ was not the most valuable thing in the house.
What is this, a table with cane on it? Like,
Oh, maybe. Uh, all right, so you enter a hallway with a few nice statues and a guard standing outside a door, which for some reason is. Oh, hold on. That's better. But notably, it's apparent the guard is guarding less the door and more that gigantic pile of treasure on that table there. And by treasure, I do mean treasure. I mean, like, there are heaps of coins, golden vases, or vases, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. There is. That's just an obscene display of wealth, that is. There's a fucking crown in there, for fuck's sake.
where is the guard currently?
Right there. Who, for some reason, is also not showing up. Damn you. There. He's obviously guarding the door, and maybe probably that.
Valeria will approach him.
As you pass through this area, you notice there might be some writing on the table. Do you pause to read it, or keep moving? He doesn't seem very concerned. I mean, he's just sort of watching you.
Yeah, she'll pause.
As you lean close, perception roll before I say anything, obviously.
I guess it doesn't matter, but is it listening, sight?
A sight. Shit's fake, yo. Unfortunately, it seems the wealth here is false, and as soon as you read the plaque, it's clear why. It says, rather distinctly, replica of the hoard of wealth acquired by a Roa family in slaying the great Cyclops. This is a replica, apparently, of a hoard of wealth that was apparently taken from a Cyclops, according to this. Which is bull honky, because there's no such thing as a Cyclops. Now, giants exist, but maybe a one-eyed giant, they just call it a Cyclops? I mean, it's not impossible to say that, like, someone in their family killed a giant and took its hoard of leftovers, let's call it.
I did not know it was in fashion to make wax replicas of dragons' hoards.
Not wax, glass. The guard grunts in amusement at your statement. Killed a one-eyed giant or some rot. Honestly, it's debatable if that's even true. I don't know. She wants it here, it's here.
Do you truly guard it regardless?
Yeah, hey, people get stupid and try and pocket it, and well, glass isn't super cheap.
I suppose.
That, and occasionally the noble folk get a little too touchy on the stuff, and then we have to clean it. And we can't trust the elves to clean it, no offense. But they do tend to nick off with things they shouldn't around here a little too frequently for their own good.
All of the offense.
I don't blame them for doing it, but they still do it. Ain't my job. My job is stand here, get paid to stand here. It's a good job. Boring as hell. My lady need anything, or
No, no.
my lady servant need anything?
My lady was simply touring the house to see hold on, let me actually figure out what the word is. I'm trying to remember here.
Burglar?
No. Admire. There's the word. To admire the Banro's display. I guess from your presence, yon room is off limits to guests.
Oh, yeah, this is Rora's sleeping chambers when she denies to sleep here.
I hope you mean Danes.
Danes, whatever. I don't
Okay.
care anymore.
Does she often not stay here?
It's rare for her to actually sleep here, or spend more than a night or two.
I had never heard of a country estate in the city.
Well, considering her proper estate's in the country, I mean, if you think about it.
And shall I assume that it is off limits as well?
Rather, yes. Nowhere else you can go, but just here or the southeastern room, or... I mean, you're technically allowed in the lower western wing, but it's where, you know, us guard folk hang about. Ladies like you don't belong there.
Oh, of course not, she says with mild sarcasm.
We have
Nothing in
seen
there
the-
you'd want.
We have seen the organ and the imitation horde. Are there any other grand sights that you might recommend us?
Yeah, well, those are the two big ones. Library's nice, I guess. If you like libraries.
Which way, perchance, would that be?
Down the hall. And head south.
Sounds lovely. Thank you.
Yep. Well, Grun, your turn.
Have
at
guards
this
come into the
point-
room yet?
Yes, they have.
Yay!
From the southern entrance, you presume.
How long has it been?
A little over, I don't know, 10 minutes.
To be clear, those stairs in there are going down, right?
Yes,
That's what I thought. Just did to make sure.
naturally.
10 minutes, huh?
Give or take. Being exactly what time isn't really plausible right now.
Yeah. Okay, looking at the window, is there a way for me to open it from the outside?
Could smash it.
Besides that.
Could smash it.
Okay, I'm
a
assuming
rock.
I'm assuming it's locked.
Good assumption.
I'm also assuming
Okay, no, you're assuming it can open. This is not an openable window.
no.
No, this is a smash it if you want it gone window. With a pair of guards on the other side.
Hmm.
No hinge, no shutter.
Exactly.
Okay.
It is just a you look out of this.
Yeah. What were you expecting exactly?
Eh, you never know. Maybe they want fresh air up there.
I guess, but wrong room for it.
Hmm. What do you do?
Debating. And there's no kind of balcony at all, right? On anywhere on the second floor?
No, the closest you have to a balcony is just, like I said, the roof of that northern storage, whatever it is.
I've been here before. Do I remember if any of the windows are openable ones?
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't think you actually ever tested, but it never looked like they were.
Okay, well, I'm going to wait until I see the guards go out of the room, and then I'm going to start drilling the roof.
Sounds good. So these two are gonna fuck off. So anyway. Okay. The faces. Where would you like to go next?
Well, we're off to the library.
Alrighty. Let me just clear fog and whatnot.
As we pass by this door, I'd like to just briefly open it and see what's on the far side. No deep inspection, but just want to know.
A quick peek tells you that it looks like the ballroom. It's very wide open and it's a very nice floor.
Okay. It's on this floor, or I'm
This
looking
floor,
out
yes.
over it? Okay. Carry on.
Right, on the other. More fucking guards. Who,
Why are these guards fucking?
I don't know. Well, they're always in pairs, and they seem to be going.
They're
from
just very friendly.
They seem to be going that way rather than any other. So
They're not actually fucking. It's just heavy petting.
This room is full of chamber pots. Well, not full, but there are chamber pots in places of convenience.
Fancy.
Also, that window is definitely openable.
In case anyone other than my lady sees, I make a show of pinching my nose.
Alright then.
I hope their books are treated better than this. Or, pardon me. I hope their books are treated better than this.
Lol.
Why?
I have the lulls.
Let's move along quickly.
I opened the door for my lady. Okay, that's enough of that.
Okay, you're heading. Okay, Ogren. Unexpectedly, you hear more sounds. Even though you just saw the guards leave, there are more fucking sounds beneath you.
Pack of nobles. Going
Things
back to
could
the
be
mirror.
going
I haven't untied it from the ropes, I'm just putting it back down.
Sorry, just re-blocking some crap. Alright then, where was I? So you just said the mirror back down?
Yep.
Dex?
Add 3.
You spy Valyria.
Oh. I'm gonna bonk the mirror into the window.
Valyria, the mirror makes a bonking sound.
I guess I'll look at the mirror.
The window.
Yeah, but I'm gonna see a mirror apparently.
Yeah, you look to the window and see a mirror being dangled there. You can guess who might that be.
Bonk.
Santa?
Santa is here. Praise be to Santa.
I'm gonna move it back and forth in a waving motion, then pull it back up and go back to drilling.
I'll wave back.
Not long after the mirror retreats, you hear the low hum and scraping of wood on metal.
Drilling, drilling, drilling.
I'm presuming you're going to sit there and wait for that. That's nice chairs. You'll get comfy.
Well, I'm gonna at least look at some books.
You find a nice romance novel.
I was hoping for books that might be worth something.
Well, while you think of what she's found to read, I will stand looking attentive, and in particular, listening for approach of anyone.
Roll listen for me.
+0, yes.
As of right now, no one is approaching.
Yep.
Anyone who is patrolling is distant yet.
Yep.
After a bit more work, Mogren, how big a hole do you want to make in the roof precisely, and where?
Well, I've seen the room, so...
Yeah, you know where you can
about
land.
there.
Okay. Plop, here comes Mogren.
Well, I'm not coming through it.
Fine, there's a hole in Mogren's faces.
The first hole I'm making is big enough for me to look through. So you can see Mogren's eye in the roof.
Behold, dwarf
Poke
eye.
it!
Don't poke the dwarf eye.
So there's a dwarf eye. Now what?
Do I hear anyone in adjacent rooms?
Still no.
Aye.
Mogren, if you make a hole like over here above the chairs or a table or something, we can pass scrolls up to you.
Okay. Mogren will move over to where Rinlishin is talking.
Do you have any way to plug that hole?
He sticks his dick in it.
No, that is not the kind of game we're playing.
What kind of game he's playing?
Oh God.
What are we
Even
sticking
this-
where now?
Even just pull a piece of roof tiling and place it over that so that light doesn't come through.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna have to end up doing. Put a piece of roof there, and then move over and start drilling a different hole.
All right. Drill, drill, drill.
And if there's any sawdust or anything on the floor from his drilling, I
At
would
this
like
point, you're hearing someone or someone's approaching.
I
Do you have
cough
any way to
loudly
knock-
and then apologize.
Okay, can
Oh,
I
you
hear
can
that?
Yeah, you can hear that pretty
I
clearly.
will stop.
Not very long after, a pair of guards comes through. So just politely nod. Takes a look around. Keeps going.
And I make sure that if there's any sawdust on the floor, that it is just quietly swept underneath a rug.
Sweep, sweep.
I'm waiting for another
the
signal.
trump of them fades after a bit.
Enjoying that book, milady?
It's a saucy romance novel that is as close to R-rated as anything you've ever read.
Only R-rated.
Well,
Could
okay.
be better.
Triple X rated.
Well, the triple X ones are the sort of thing you fucking commission.
I
well,
was
assuming
I was just
can
reading over
hear-
your shoulder, and that noble lady seems to be getting drilled quite heavily.
Lol.
I'll assume I
Mogren.
can hear this somehow.
Yeah,
There's another hole in the roof already. I mean.
I know. So, Mogren, you're drilling yourself into the room, I presume.
Yes. Now the question is, how high is the roof above this room?
Not that bad, actually. You'd say it's around, well, it's an extra 3 or so feet above the heads of everyone.
Basically, is it low enough I could jump and reach it? And is it not too high someone could, like, help
You're
me
not going to
up
break
and I
your
can reach
legs
it?
jumping that. Someone could probably help you out.
He means, could he get back up through it?
If you stacked a chair and had someone, like, lift you, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it is possible.
It is possible.
Okay. Then, once I'm in the room, I'm gonna go around looking for the most expensive things I can find, because I'm the person here with the praise.
Just starts throwing books around. Where's the valuables? Dwarf noises.
I do have
the
evaluation, though, so
Roll.
Mogren.
add 3.
The book Valeria is reading. That one is R-rated for a reason. It is an Arlesian tale, basically. And while that doesn't make it particularly special, it makes it special because Ferlins love burning Arlesian stuff. So that book she's holding, about 50 silver's worth.
Taking it.
Well, 45 because she opened it and like
Just-
folded a couple pages.
Just while she's reading it, just take it out of her hand.
Yoink. You now have a book
Worth money.
worth silvers.
Gonna keep looking. I'm gonna hope Rinlishin
Now,
keeps
there's so
listening at
much
the door.
shit that I'm not keeping track of. Well, I'm keeping track of it for me, but like, there's a lot of stuff. So whatever you take, you keep track of.
Oh, okay. So is it worth 50 or is it actually down to 45 because you read it?
It is worth 50. Unless you folded the pages too much.
She wouldn't.
50 then.
She is trained to read like a noble.
So, you have yourself a book worth 50 silvers, thanks to its author, primarily. You'd guess this is probably the most valuable book in here, unless some of these things are fucking gold-leafed, which they don't look like it.
Well, even if it's the most valuable book, if there are like 2 other books that are worth 20 silvers, that's, you know.
Alright, you're going to be searching for that, so I just need to move some stuff.
And
So tell me how many times you want me to roll whenever that is.
I
I only need to roll once more. And what's up?
One more?
I've been trying to get to tell him in character that the pile of treasure in the other room isn't treasure,
Oh,
I'm
yes.
sure it gets brought up.
so
Yes,
he
I'm sure it
so he
would.
doesn't waste his goddamn time.
Yeah.
Fake treasure? Who the hell needs fake treasure? Also, I just rolled a lot.
Yes, you did.
Let me go stunt points.
If you want, but I already have that determines your level of success. So,
It does
whatever.
determine level of success, but I could do more.
Object of your attention. You receive a +1 bonus to further test to examine or perceive additional aspects of the object of your test until time or venue changes.
And I can do
Okay.
that makes me wonder. Or speedy search. Actually, yeah, speedy search.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so object of your attention, speedy search, and advantageous positioning, just in case if a guard suddenly gets closer, I'm on the fucking chair.
Sure. You're somehow on the chair when this happens.
Yes.
While rooting through numbers of books and just perusing through, one title catches your attention for one reason or another. It's a rather plain factual discourse on the lyrium trade. It's a very dry bit of reading for this library. And after hedging through some pages and diddling about, you realize something rather important when you basically crack open part of the book, discover, well, this ain't no book, and that's a lyrium vial.
Holy shit.
Why is there a lyrium vial inside of a library? It's pure lyrium, so it's not explosive in any way, but it's...
But holy shit.
But it is delicious.
It is delicious, yeah.
I should
And
totally
addictive.
eat that. Let me drink that delicious lyrium.
A lyrium
maybe you
vial like
shouldn't.
this is worth a lot of money to the right people. The right people being illegal fuckers. And or the Circle of Magi. Or the Templar.
Including our boss.
Eh,
Including the people who gave us some lyrium to blow up.
this might actually have... this covers your butts rather well, actually. Not completely, but even if you steal absolutely nothing else, he'll at least not set you on fire.
Yeah, how much is this worth? Or actually, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just give it to
It
Herrick, he won't be as
depends.
pissed.
It depends on who you give it to and so on.
I'm giving
But
it to
we're
Herrick.
talking
There's
in
no
a
question
cup.
about this.
I know, I'm just saying where he sells it matters. But we're
Yeah.
talking a couple hundred silvers minimum. And we got the shittiest price imaginable. He's getting hundreds of silvers out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
Especially as
shit.
it's pure and ready to go.
Okay, gonna look through the rest of this later. Get me back through the hole.
Okay.
Cup my hands to give you a lift.
We don't
Strength
need
check.
people coming by and noticing the lyrium is missing. Leaving.
Strength.
I assume that's from the elf.
Strength, just a moment. That should be... Yes, that is. Is this a strength might?
Yes.
Okay, then that's +4.
Strong elf. You're popped right up out. Practically
Might's
hurls
one
you
of my
out.
focuses.
I will take off my cloak and use it to cover the hole.
Okay. Hole is covered.
I mean, people will notice if they look up at it, but they shouldn't have a reason to look up without anything happening.
True.
Holy crap, we've stolen a book and some lyrium.
Pretty much.
Now I'm wondering if there's any possible way for us to steal that pipe organ still.
It's a pipe organ?
If you're finished,
Hmm.
if you're finished perusing the literature, milady, we should find our way along.
Oh, very well.
There is a party here, after all.
Out of character, what was our signal again for things go boom?
Oh god, I shouldn't have eaten those bananas.
Right, bananas.
Brown bananas. If you don't
Sorry,
say
sorry.
so, it's not happening.
Nope, just a conversation twixt us.
What? I heard my signature phrase. Time to go.
Oh god. Which way, milady?
Good question.
I assume guests still arriving?
You don't know. You can
About-
presume.
We should return to the ground floor.
A convenient stair.
Mogron is going to be on the roof and is going to go back to look at the front gate and watch for our guy who needs to die.
All right. As you go to the front gate, Mogren, no one appears to be approaching right now. Where were you two going, Rinlishan and Valeria? South or going straight down? Well then, hold on. That makes some things interesting.
Well, if we find guards, we can just go back the other way. Sorry.
Sorry, just maneuvering some people. Check. Alright, on. Alright, you arrive in what looks like, a barracks. Lot of, chests and beds for guards. They're very neat and proper.
Quick, loot them!
I make sure to say out loud in case we're overheard. Oh, I thought the guards area would be further south than here. Perhaps this way, my lady.
North we go.
Mugren, as far as you can tell, there doesn't seem to be anyone else approaching. Yet? Anymore? No one appears to be arriving, though.
How long has it been? Because they arrived half an hour early.
Would say an hour.
Okay, so everyone's here is going to be here, basically.
Presumably.
The dinner hour is probably about started, if not already.
Alright, well, I've got one way in already, so, I mean, the rest of the things we're going to have to steal are probably going to have to wait until the mayhem. Though, actually, what's probably going to happen is, of course, we're going to be trying to go through with the plan of having the guy be there when things go kaboom. Which would be the easiest way to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, Mogren's going to be sitting by with a crossbow to shoot him if he does not die.
Okay.
You lived, how dare you, thunk.
Yes. Why did you not die at our poop explosion? Bang!
Why won't you die?
The immortal fop of justice. Alright then. You're heading north then?
Is my new symphonic metal band.
Yes, we are going north from this room in order to get out of the guards section. Oh wait, it was northwest, wasn't it? Not southwest.
Jolly good. Room is currently empty. Definitely a mess hall for the guards, where they would probably eat and spend most of their time. Interesting, they seem to have not quite finished cleaning up in terms of, it appears that they were in the middle of gambling or betting something, or are in the active participation of doing so. Looks like some sort of card game.
As in, there are guards, or they
No
left
guards.
the
It just
table
looks like
in
the
that
guards
state?
left some kind of card game there in the middle of on that table.
Okay.
Okay then. You're not seen this sort of card game before. It looks like both hands are face down on the table, and it looks like you would presume that they would walk in during patrol, check their hand, and then they would bet. It's a bit like poker, but you're not 100% sure because you can't see their hands, obviously.
Give someone the worst hand possible.
But you would have to know what a good hand and a bad hand is first.
So, give someone a hand of all aces and watch everyone else claim they're cheating.
Sure, why not?
Actually, I was thinking of have her peek under. I want to have her peek under the cards, see if she recognizes at least any of the cards.
Okay, these are not fucking normal numbered cards. These are like some sort of... They're using like symbology or some weird shit. You're not sure what you're looking at here.
Gambling with tarot cards used to be a normal and real thing.
I know. I'm just she don't know.
I'm saying for the purposes of anyone who didn't know.
She's gonna switch a card between each hand.
All right, switchy.
See if that causes any problems later.
Okay, Ren Lashen, you watch while you're be a troll for a bit.
We want the guards distracted. If they think each other are cheating, there might be one.
I mean, yeah.
Well, time to go. Back to the party.
Mogren?
Still kind of waiting for mayhem.
Fair enough.
Yep. We shall try to serve some up for you soon.
Yes, it is up to them to enact their plan of making the guy almost shit himself to death and then explosions.
Yep.
I
So
do on the bench until that happens.
unless the dining hall and ballroom are the same floor, we should be able to find the dining hall about here.
I mean, yeah, regardless, we're going back to the center.
And for the record, I'm gonna have to go soon.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh,
look at it.
Realize the
Yeah,
time.
me too. Dinner,
Yep,
dinner
let's-
was ready like an hour ago.
Let's
All
get
right,
ourselves
then.
to
So
the
we'll rush you to the ballroom. This just seems to be a very bustling, busy room with an elf or two that are just sort of passing by. Or I'll just show.
This will definitely be the kitchen.
This is it's near the kitchen. Let's call it.
I mean, the room just to our north would be.
The kitchen, yes. Undoubtedly. Sorry, Zidane, hitting a whole lot of people at once.
About to say, small party.
Poof, big party. There's an elf, serving some stuff, and it looks like most of the nobles have sat down. You don't see Rora anywhere, but, it seems things are starting to get going. And with that, and the dinner more or less began, we can pause here for next week. Not next week, but the week after.
Before
And then
we do,
more chaos.
before we
Most
do,
likely.
do we recognize Lord Renard among those in attendance?
Hmm.
They all have the same character model.
Lol. That might be, but you're not close enough to truly determine.
Okay. Good enough.
Just because he has what you would call the most ridiculous hair, it looks just like slicked back hair, except every so often, he'd tie a miniature ponytail within his normal hair. It's little ties all throughout his hair. It's very, very odd. He's afraid his hair is going to blow away in the wind. So he's tied it down.
I was going to say, a feudal lord with bright pink cornrows.
Not quite cornrows, but
Okay.
Wheat rose?
it's more like if you braided you know how you can braid hair? It's he partially braided it. I need to go find a picture. I actually had a picture, I just can't find it now.
He braided his tooth.
And when next session, when you get close to him, I'll have the picture. Don't worry about it.
Alrighty.
Alright, so that's that for now.
Okay.
Next session,
Surprised
there'll
you
be a
actually
poop
found the
explosion.
Surprised you found delirium, but hey, that's yours.
Herrick won't kill us!
No,
Maybe.
he might still throw you to the wolves though. Watch you get beat up a bit.
Well,
Depends.
he won't kill us himself, and he isn't going to make it super painful.
Yeah, this is all very true. That lyrium will cover your asses from instant death.
We should still get more.
Yes.
Probably should, yeah.
That is the plan.
Yep.